What's going on? It's another episode of DWE Radio, the radio that's not on the radio. But we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on X Live, and we're on Spotify. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to episode The Beast. Yes, we'll be talking about a little bit of Brock Lesnar, um, a few of his promos of what happened on Raw. We'll definitely get into some Seth Rollins, Montez Ford. We're going to break down that Austin Theory and Antonio Dawkins. Austin Theory just really going through the whole main roster. Maybe a possible heel turn for Javon Evans. I did pick that out. We'll definitely get into some talks about this Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar fight. Um, some news about Jake Fatu being injured, Logan Paul being injured for at least 6 months. We'll probably discuss that. We'll definitely get into some Ludwig Kaiser talk. Possibility that we're hearing that Gunther was the person to bail him out, and we'll give you our thoughts about Clash tomorrow. If you do want to join us tomorrow for the DWE TV um, watch party, please join me and please follow the DWE TV page. You can on that's on X, DWE TV page on X. You can follow me, Mime in the Great 305 on X, or you can catch us. We'll be live on the YouTube page. That's Talk It Up Podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe to us. We got a lot of lives, a lot of shorts on there. A lot of my Inside the NFL Mind of Miami or is on there. A lot of DWE old shows are on there. So please go over there and give that YouTube a subscribe. That's Talking Up Podcast on YouTube. And go give our two Twitch pages a follow. That's DWE Radio on Twitch and DWE TV on Twitch. You can go follow either one. It doesn't matter. That's where you can get all your content for DWE Radio. If you want to go check us out, you never know. Sometimes you see After Slam on there, and sometimes you see the rundown on there. So you never know who's going to ever appear on those Twitch pages. So that's why you should go over there and give it a follow. Like I say, today's episode is episode 21. We'll be talking about, and that says the Beast. And we're going to just go ahead and start off some stuff that was going on with Ludwig Kaiser. If you don't know, Ludwig Kaiser was arrested the past couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, and some stuff came out that he got into an incident. Him and his girlfriend, they was in the elevator. Guy said some stuff to him and his girlfriend. From the video I seen, I didn't see no altercation, but I'm guessing the altercation happened out once he got off the elevator. But they said altercation happened. The person who was on the elevator did get in contact with the police. They had to be in Florida because when I seen it, it was Brazos County, and I know that county. That's technically where I'm from. And I soon I seen, I said, oh well, that's Miami. He was arrested for being into an altercation, getting into a fight with the person at the time. And at the time, we thought, I was like, oh man, this guy, it couldn't come at a worse time as tonight. If you do know, if you are AA fans and you're tuning in, tonight will be that Maz versus Maz match, which is one of the matches that is being talked about. I'm like, it's being more talked about than WrestleMania. It's probably one of the biggest. Someone said in our group chat on X, it could be one of the biggest matches that WWE has ever put on, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And we're not even at their mega mania yet for AA, and they haven't done that yet. From what I'm hearing, they're saying they're probably having plans on putting the title on Luther Kaiser. They could possibly do Dominic and him versus each other, which would be probably a pretty big match for them because Dominic and Luther Kaiser are maybe the biggest characters they have in AA. That's the way you make and finally get the title off of Dominic and put it on Luther Kaiser, who's better known as the American Grande. And like I say, he's so over. He really got into this character, braced the character, learned Spanish, learned a couple of Spanish songs, and the crowd just attached to him, man. And the rest is history. And from what we found out, as he was down there locked up, Gunther, one of his friends, I'm pretty sure they're friends, and his tap partner came and bailed him out of jail. Now I do know that their other tag partner, he's in TNA. He did get signed in TNA. If those that don't know, so he is with TNA right now. So he is. It's all three of them are in different brands, and that's the thing I like about this TNA partnership they got, and also the AA partnership. But and I thought about it, and I want to get Final Boss thought. I really feel like Luther Kaiser is so over in AA. I feel like he's kind of really bigger than Gunther because it's like tonight they're talking about this. I see people like if you go on X, you're hearing a lot of people talk about this mass versus mass match with him and Chad Gable, I'm not gonna lie, I would not be surprised if Chad Gable loses. Because I'm pretty sure that's where they want to go in the crowd. Like I say, they're so into Kaiser, and these guys got so much pressure on them going into this match because from what I'm hearing and from what I've been seeing and hearing is that a mass versus mass match is the biggest match you could ever have in the Mexican culture. And the Mexican culture takes that really seriously. And these guys got a lot. I mean, they've been really building up this story really well. I know they did do a storyline where they kayfabe fired Luther Kaiser's actual real girlfriend. They have been doing angles with Chad Gable and Luther Kaiser's girlfriend. It's really been building the story from what I've been seeing, and I can't wait. I might possibly watch it because so many people are talking about it. But I'm kind of glad that things got cleared up. Luther Kaiser will not be charged. From what we understand, the person that was with him did do this, say certain things to him, and it wasn't what it was seeming. And now we know the rest is history, and I'm kind of glad that that happened for him because, like I say, I feel like could be one of his biggest pushes ever. Way to go! I mean, if Chad Gable would have never got injured, what would have been a Luther Kaiser? And I mean, he really struck lightning in a bottle. Um, I can't wait to see his match tonight. Final Boss. Do you got any thoughts about this? Oh yeah, they did one thing before you go, Final Boss. They were saying that the whole thing came out. There was rumors coming out that is this could be a possibility that WWE put this up as a trying to set it up as a storyline. I was like, well, that would make sense because Luther Kaiser is not the heel going into this feud. So, and I was like, he's the big baby face. So I was like, no. And I was like, it seemed pretty real. It was on TMZ and stuff like that. It seemed like it caught WWE off guard. So I don't think that it was a storyline. And if it was, I feel like it would have been bad taste on WWE, and it wouldn't make sense storyline wise for Luther Kaiser to be arrested instead of Chad Gable because Chad Gable is the heel going into this feud. So I did learn that too into the story, Final Boss. But the question I was going to ask you is, what's your thoughts about? Do you got any thoughts about Luther Kaiser about the him going to jail situation, the AA match that's going into this to tonight? And this whole thing about what's going on surrounding Ludwig Kaiser. You got any thoughts? The unseen bling final boss, baby.
No, I'm not the unseen bling today. Today, in honor of the El Grande Mass versus Mass match, I've changed my name.
I see. I had to take the what's
Yeah.
name down. I see that. I was like, am I tripping? Well, I'm not very good with my Spanish, so I'm pretty sure that's Spanish there.
Yes, and it stands for the little. Yeah, I'm a little Italian now. So,
Okay.
but but yeah. Um, I am excited for this match. To be honest, I mean this match has been built up for over a month, so we knew it was
Yeah.
coming. It had a lot of build to it, and it's so ironic and iconic at the same time because we're gonna have this mass versus mass match today. Tomorrow, we're gonna have the tribal combat match tomorrow with Roman and Jacob Fatu. And so both of these matches are culture driven matches, but I think it's very interesting. Um, and I also like the position that Rey Mysterio has taken. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later on in the podcast, but yeah, I'm excited for this match. Um, I remember at first they were saying it was canceled, but they had to move it back. But they just moved it over a day for one of his regular matches for the Grandes. Yeah, the Grandes are super over. I would have never imagined back when Chad Gable first came up with this gimmick, there was gonna be this big thing, and now look at how big it is now. I mean, it came off as like kind of silly racist. It came off kind of cringy because you had them use the Gulf of the Americas, and there's such in the Gulf of Mexico, and a lot of cultures, especially Mexican cultures and other cultures as well, are very deep in roots. And I just kind of felt it was a mockery. Now here we are, months and months over, probably almost close to about a year later, where it has gotten over. It's big. People love it. It's exactly. I think it's really what the Lucha House Party should have been for those who
Mm-hmm.
don't remember, for those who remember them, right? Because they were old at first, Lucha, and then they kind of just came to act. You would see, live, and you use that time to kind of go to the concession stand to the bathroom. Like, but at one time, Lucha House Party was over. That's really what the Lucha House Party should have been. They should have been more like the Grandes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of amazing to see that, especially the fact that I mean we know the characters under there are not true luchadors. And we got Chad Gable. Um, I call him Butch. And
Yeah. He done. Yeah.
yeah, Pete Dunne. And of course Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy to me now. When we talk about the college situation, when we heard the story, I think Miami did a good job of breaking through the scenario. But one thing, and something that I said to the wise man Greg at the DW, is if he's here, shout out to him, is that hey, a lot of people had a lot of people forget, and those who have not been in the justice system, or those who have not worked in the justice system, may not know that hey, when you have a warrant, you don't know that, right? Like because when it came to the Kai situation, that warrant was issued a month ago, and he just found out. I think it was May 20th, I believe, is when he found out it was late May. And a lot of people was like, well, and like Greg, and this is my timeline. For those who say I didn't say that, like, hey, he said, why would you wait a month to turn yourself in? I'm like, well, when you have an open warrant, it sounds like it's a crazy thing and it sounds scary. Oh my God, you got open warrants. But the person does not know you have warrants unless two things happen. Either one, you have a feeling that you do and you call down to the station and say, like, I have any open warrants, and you got to turn yourself in. Or until you get actually served with the actual paperwork itself, with the actual warrant. And there's a lot of things that go into you being served with an actual warrant. There's a difference. There's issue and serve. I work with issued warrants all the time. So having a warrant issue is when someone just said, "Hey, there's enough evidence for us to go ahead and have a warrant placed. I just did one actually last week. Now that person is going to get their warrant because they're already in jail, so that jail will just give it. But if that person was out about, and living their lives, they ideally would have someone come, usually either a sheriff or someone that is a certified server will come and usually leave the warrant at their door, knock on the door, give them the warrant, drop it off, at their feet. You've now been served, right? And that's how that works. But if there's different pieces to that. Things get slipped in between cracks. If you don't have a good address on file, if it's not up to date, you won't ever see that warrant. And remember, when it comes to wrestlers, they're in a suitcase at this point. They're traveling a lot. Yeah, a lot of them working 1-2 days a week, but they're still going from residence to residence. So they're not going to see any mail unless they either A, have it going to their residence, and whenever they go back home to check their mail, go into a PO box, which is also an iffy thing, or of course going to headquarters. So for someone that is on the road like that, there is no way for them to actually be notified, usually clearly and easily, like, hey, you have a warrant issue for you. So there probably is, and he didn't come out and say that. There's no information saying that, but he probably didn't know about the warrant until he either was able to reach back home and found out that there was documents left for him, or things of that nature. You can't go just online and just Google yourself, do I have warrants? It doesn't work that way. And there's not a line you can call a 1-800 I got warrants number and call and say, hey, what's your date of birth with the phone number, I have warrant. It doesn't work that way. And it's designed to not work that way because people knew they had warrants. They'll just be running all over the country and then we'll just never find them. So but those who say he waited a month for a reason, it's because he probably didn't know. And he said that once he found out he had a warrant, the next day he turned himself in. Um, and at first, yeah, we were like, man, I don't know what this means for him, for his career, for the group. But reports that came out, there was more details that came out, about things that actually happened. There was, of course, some words that were exchanged to the girlfriend, and he was apparently sticking up for her. And from what was reported, there was not an actual physical altercation. It was all verbal from what was reported thus far. We don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what was recently reported. And it also was reported that he's not going to receive any reprimand, for this. And which makes sense. It's not like, he was going around beating up people. This was just an incident that happens. And I think people also don't understand too is that, hey, getting something like a battery or assault charge is actually a lot easier to get than what people actually realize.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and it's a felony.
well, it depends. There's misdemeanor batteries, and then there's more assault. There's higher ones, but yeah, getting those kind of charges is actually a little bit easier to get when people actually realize. I mean, my God, it's not like he's Alberto Del Rio or El Patron where he's just doing crazy stuff, right? Like, but I'm glad that it's not going to affect him career wise. I'm glad we're still getting the match. Very anticipated match. Probably going to watch it. Now, I want to step away from all the serious stuff and kind of get into more of the giddy giddies, and I'm here to be your la poquito Italianajo. But it we're to watch, right? So the problem, I talked about this with Miami earlier today. I'm like, the problem with WWE is that I understand ratings and viewership is iffy, is low right now. A lot of it has to do with, of course, bad product. But I'm like, have you ever wondered if it's also the fact that we don't know where the hell to go to watch, to watch the shit? Because I'm like, Miami, where the hell is the damn match gonna be on? 10 o'clock. I'm like, PM Eastern time to 10. Yes, I'm like, is it starting at 10, or is that the match gonna start just at 10? I'm like, do you know? Nope. Okay, what the hell I watched it? Well, apparently it's on a Fox One. I'm like, is that on my YouTube TV? No. Okay, what else can I watch it? On YouTube TV? No, just regular YouTube. I'm like, huh? Okay. So here I am gonna have to, go home later and try to figure out where exactly on YouTube to find this AAA. So I have to go on there and do what Google AAA and hopefully if it pops up, I don't know.
Well, I'm
Uh,
pretty sure they'll probably have it on the WWE site. I think they'll have it on the WWE.
well,
Because
hey,
it seems like this is one of their, because like once you go on
hmm
X, everyone's talking about it. They gotta have it on their YouTube. They
well,
got to.
but my question is it does the match start at 10 or the show start at 10? I'm so confused.
From what I'm understanding, I'm thinking the whole show maybe starts at
So
10.
I gotta stay
I
up
don't
till damn
know.
11 to watch this shit.
I don't know, fun, but from what I
You
see,
know,
because
you know what this reminds me of, and I'm gonna pivot a little bit. The damn Ronda Rousey goddamn return match. First of all,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you had
they
damn.
they, they would have been better to putting this on Netflix than anything, because I think they would have
Well,
probably
the
got
thing
more.
that pissed me off about that is that it said, "Hey, main event starts at 9." Okay, cool. Man, shit, who would have known? Y'all had three main events. She started at damn 11. It lasted like a good like 20 seconds.
And I don't think this
I'm
match is
like,
gonna. I don't
bro,
think this match is gonna.
bro.
I
Yeah,
think
but it
it.
just
I think it probably start at 8, and I think it will maybe end at 10. I don't know, because it is 18.
see, this is a good see. There's a problem. We don't know when to watch it, where to go. It's awful ridiculous now. But here we are. You have Raw on Netflix on Mondays. Okay, cool. Then you have Fridays, which is also the other main show, SmackDown, which is on USA. Okay, cool. Then you kind of have NXT. What the hell is that also on? What is that on? I don't
Um,
know.
no,
See,
well,
I don't watch that.
NFC's on CW.
See? Oh my God. See, you got that. And then when the hell, where's LFG and the Evolve showing on?
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, I have to ask the EVP if he was in here.
See? People don't
That's the
know.
first. Hey,
People don't
he
know.
don't want
People
to do
don't
the
know where
recap.
to go. People don't
EVP,
know
are you
where to
there?
go.
Help
Then,
me.
then,
I don't know. Now
then,
that one
then
you
you
gotta
have,
ask
then when
EVP.
it's time for PLEs, it's also an issue because remember, a few months ago, you had Michael Cole saying it's our last PLE on Peacock. Now you
Yeah,
find out,
yeah.
hey, no, Saturday Night Main Event is still on Peacock. We're like, okay, so does that mean that NXT's um PLE's gonna go back to Peacock? I guess I don't know. And then of course we have the other PLEs on ESPN. And then on top of that, then y'all move the damn dates of the damn PLEs from Saturday to Sunday. So now I don't know what day is on, what time is on, and where to go. Have you ever thought it's because of that? Because we don't know where the hell to go? And people don't get frustrated and say, you know what? Like, if I can't find out tonight where to go to watch this damn match versus match, but I'll just watch the damn recaps. Because it's ridiculous. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
You need to have just one platform, and that's it. Hey, either have it be either cable, have it be Netflix, one or other, and have the other one as far as PLE all be on ESPN.
Well,
Everything,
y'all.
and just be
We got.
done with it.
I think we got to understand this, that um a lot of it has to do with money. Let's just be real. A lot
Oh
of it
my
has to do
God.
with money, and
But
I
it's
hate.
inconvenient though.
Well, I knew that they was trying to do the same thing with NFL. You had to watch it on, because you can watch NFL on different networks. You can watch it on NFL Network, Red Zone, regular TV. I mean, you can watch it maybe 5 different apps. And people was like, "Hey, we're paying all this money, just making one app," and they're trying to resolve that. I think the thing that people do miss when it
Well,
comes
that
to
was the
WWE is,
thing. Well, that was the thing that Vince had did. That's why he had the network. But
well,
people didn't like the idea because they said it was a waste of
I was just
money.
about bringing that. Yeah, I think that's why I think a lot of people say they missed the WWE network. But the only thing about that is it was, yes, it was a good price for us, but it wasn't doing the WWE no benefit, because it was $9 a
Well,
month.
what they could have done is they could have revamped it. What they could have done, and ideally, is they could have just had the shows in the vault on the network, and they could have had the PLEs on another platform like ESPN.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that. I was gonna
But
say just put it all on Netflix and then put the
but
PLEs on
no, there's
ESPN.
a piece to that because by them doing that, think about it. These cable companies or streaming companies like Netflix, they pay them contracts to have their stuff on their platform. So by them having their own platforms, they're not gonna get the money from, like from the cable providers and all that stuff too. So that's also a money issue as well. But y'all gotta find a way how to make it like cohesive. Like if y'all gonna do that, hey, why not have a network where hey, everything else that's not WWE can go to the network. Like, your Evolve, your LFG, and your AAA, and hey, maybe even your TNA, and then have everything else be where it is. It has to be a better way. This is absolutely ridiculous. And the only reason why people overseas have it easy is because overseas don't have all these platforms and everything is just on Netflix for them. But everybody else is just for us in the US, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's a money thing because we gotta buy all these apps and sign your life away by letting them get into your privacy settings of your phone and of your smart TV and etc. But it's a headache for me, the customer, because now I can't just log in, be ready to watch the show. I have to actually go ahead, look at the date and the time. So it's like it's crazy.
Well,
It's very annoying.
I think when it comes to that, because we're talking about streaming, is that this is the future now. I think most stuff that we watch, like now, I got like three different, four different apps. If I want to watch my Disney stuff, because I love Marvel,
Is it the
I go.
future? Because all those apps gonna fail. So you might be
Well, I
living in
mean,
like the future, like
because
around COVID.
I think because if you think about it, let's just think about the big streaming apps. You
No.
got
Mm-mm.
Netflix,
Mm-mm.
you got Apple
Mm-mm.
TV, you
Mm-mm.
got you got.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think so.
Because here's the thing is that during COVID time it was big. Everybody wanted to have the apps. That was the height of Disney Plus, which also fell down. That's why
Mhm.
Hulu, and now Hulu is apparently going away. Um, you know, you also had the Discovery also is facing issues with Discovery Network and also their subsidies under them. Netflix is doing really bad. They had let go a lot of people the previous summer before, of course, the WWE merger. So a lot of these streaming platforms are not doing well because prices were increasing. There was too many of them. COVID was over. So yes, it is the future to have the whole cord coding, besides cable. But people are not having these multiple apps like how they did, or streaming services like how they did during COVID. COVID forced us to look for ways to watch entertainment, things on demand. Now with COVID being over, people are back to work, especially back in office. We don't have that luxury to kind of sit back and enjoy binge watching series of shows. Netflix was doing really, really bad where they didn't have any products. They only had a lot of the Netflix originals, which a lot of them they didn't continue them series. It was a whole big thing about them.
Mhm.
So to say that is actually kind of like not true. And as far as Peacock also struggling because of course NBC had went bankrupt, of course, to own Peacock. So I mean, there's a lot of struggles here. Um, so I get it, but I also don't get it. Where it shouldn't be the fact, hey, y'all can use apps, y'all can use streaming devices. Hey, that's great, for WWE. But I'm talking about just at least just having it be mostly on a particular app. Pick one and stick with it. And hey, if you guys are worried about money, man, hey, then make sure that your deals are good enough to go ahead and to be money worth it. Hey, charge them arm and a leg, charge these network providers arm and a leg. But hey, your pitch will be, hey, I'm gonna offer you all this content where these fans are gonna have to tune in. Hey, these fans want TNA, he gonna have to turn in. Hey, yeah, these fans want to see the Raw, we're also gonna turn in. I mean, sorry, tune in. That should be your pitch point. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and have a million apps. Like when I heard when they announced that they were done with Peacock, I deleted Peacock.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
And now you find out, nope, we're still gonna. I'm like, well then, what is this? And to be honest, a lot of people like myself, I don't open up these apps unless I'm watching WWE, or a lot of people say, oh, they're watching a certain series that they like. I don't open up Net. I don't ever open Netflix besides on Mondays. All right, that app just stays closed. So now granted, now that's because I'm doing things and cleaning and working. Now for those of you who ain't doing shit, I guess y'all be on the shit all day. What else y'all gonna do besides do that and be on DoorDash all day? But other than that, I mean, it's, it just comes to a point where it becomes fatigue. It becomes inconvenient for the customer. It's like I want to watch the match versus match, but I'm not quite sure when it starts. I'm not quite sure what is on. So I'm like, then I have to scramble. And for someone like me who is scrambling to get home in time to think, okay, I now got to spend another 15, 20 minutes to figure out, okay, where am I going to, to see this event? It's very frustrating for a customer as a millennial. I can only imagine how it will be for someone that is, not as tech savvy or a little bit older in age. Hey, your demographic is what, 18 to 49? Well, hell, uh, yeah. So I mean, um, so it's crazy to me. Um, But yeah, but as far as the match goes, I mean, I'm excited for the match. I'm glad we get a chance to see it. Now, as far as who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, now before everything came about him not being reprimanded, and before things came out about what actually happened with the situation, I was like, well, I guess they're gonna have Kaiser's probably gonna lose, and he'll just kind of have to take some time off and go through legal things. But now that we know there's nothing too severe, he might not lose. It might be Chad Gable, and he might re-enter into WWE. As we saw this past Monday, where we had a whole segment with Maxine, where she blew off to Zawa and Otis, saying she just been busy. And reports are coming out. We believe it's gonna be she's gonna join the Vision. But it'll be a good place to also have Chad kind of come back and say, I'm back from the Gulf of the Americanas. I mean, what the hell happened here? Where's Maxine? So it'll kind of be a good transition to that story. So I believe that's where they're gonna go with it now. And I assume that all the other Americanos gonna be just being the Americanos, I guess. But my question to you, Miami, will also be, once this match is over, let's say, I don't know if you said it was going to be Chad or someone else, or you think it's going to be demasked, but what does that mean for the remainder of the Americanas? Is it still going to have that same hype behind them that they had before this match? I think not. I think it's really going to derail the hype behind them now, because now what's the goal of you guys having this group? Is it the whole point of the group was we wanted to see, yes, it's fun to watch, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's different, but also we, in the back of our mind, we wanted to see, who is going to be, revealed to be under these masks. Now we all knew who it was, but the idea of it, is, whatever going to come out and say, oh, it's really this person. It's not, the Grandes. It's really, Pete Dunne, or it's really Kaiser, or etc. Um, I feel like to have them continue to be this gimmick, I don't know if it's gonna feel the same. It's not gonna have the same excitement for me. How do you feel, Miami?
Um, I feel like if and like I said, I got Luther winning. I think they're just gonna go. I love the idea that you just said. I think they just do the whole team where they come back and they just do this whole thing where it was like they wasn't there, and they come back and say what happened. They're looking for um Maxine, Ivan now. They're trying to look for the group and say, can we rebuild back this group? And they come back just their regular self, and then the story goes on with them. I think Luther is just so over front of balls. It's not funny. CJ said that the shows of LLG and LG comes on AME. So I did say that earlier to her.
On
He
A&E.
Yeah, he said.
Hey, there's only one show I like on A&E, and that
What's that?
was the hey, I don't know if you guys remember, I think it's called the American something, but it had Bill
Oh,
Curtis be
American
the
Horror
announcer.
Story.
No,
No, no,
not
no, no.
that.
Okay,
No, it
I don't know.
had
Yeah,
Bill. Hold on, let me look it up. Go ahead and talk. I'm looking it up. One
okay.
sec.
The next comment. Shouts out, like I say, to our EVP. Y'all, please go check EVP out on YouTube, man. He's a part of this DWE crew, and he's also be live on DWE TV. So shouts out to him. He always does the recaps and stuff. So he said it should be tonight on YouTube, which yeah, I think so too. Greg said hi y'all, which Greg, you just get a shout out. I don't know if you heard it. Final Boss shout you out earlier today. Um, but
Okay,
yeah,
found it. It's
what's the
American
show?
Justice. American Justice.
Okay, I never heard that one before. Okay.
It's a crime show. It's a crime show, and
Okay.
it had Bill Curtis be the host of it.
Mm.
Um, well, shout out to him. He's still alive, 85 years old. So hey, you know.
Oh Lord.
But yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, yeah, that was the only time I used to watch Andy was just to watch that show, to watch the
Mm.
yeah, it was to
Well,
watch American Justice. But
I'm surprised they put AME on YouTube TV. I did not know that. We didn't used to have it, but now we got it. I mean, hell, we're
oh,
paying all that money I'm paying, but only time I use my YouTube TV is watch SmackDown, um, and football. I mean, I watch a couple shows here. I might watch a little Law and Order and here and there, but that's about it. I might go catch up on a few shows, but I'm like you, Fireballs. I be so busy working. I barely use these apps too. Like I do agree with you when it says, "Let us know what this is coming on," because I didn't know. Because at first I was like, "Well, I don't know," and it's also going to be live on Facebook. But like I say, this is one of their biggest matches. Like I say, you cannot go on X and not see. If you're a wrestling fan, you will see this Mads versus Mads match. I think people are going to try to stay up and watch it because I think people are going to be so anticipated for this match. I think the show is going to probably go pretty quick so they can get to this match because I know this could probably be a good at least 40 to 45 to 50-minute match, man. I mean, they might. I mean, from what I was told and from what I read, this is
okay,
one
but
of the
what
biggest
time
matches
does
that
it
they
come
do.
on? Is it main event? I'm
Uh,
so confused.
um, I guess 10 o'clock, Final Boss. That's what I see on the flyer. If
Oh my
CJ's still
fucking
in here, he
god,
might he
bro!
might chime in
This
again.
is
But
this, this, this is ridiculous.
I'm thinking 10. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Man,
I mean, you got
is
CJ and
Smoke
Greg, and
Sessions
maybe
in
somebody
here?
will come
Because you
in
know
and
Smoke
say it.
Sessions watch
I don't know. That's
watch
what
Triple
from
A.
what I'm understanding, it's at 10. That's what I'm understanding. I don't know. That's what it says on the flyer. I'm guessing. I don't know. Hold on, we gotta come in, so maybe somebody don't figure it out for it. He said it's gonna be late, so that tell you right there. CJ said it's gonna
Okay,
be
but what
late.
the hell does that mean? I mean, what time is late? I mean,
Um,
see, this is the bullshit I'm
well,
talking
look,
about,
hold
man.
up.
Oh my
You know,
fucking
look,
god.
me and
This-
CJ, look, I'm gonna speak old because me and CJ are old. Late mean late, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. That's late for us. Look, when you get old, you late is late
Well,
nowadays.
first of all, you is not old. Y'all barely even old enough to even be old.
Oh
So I
Lord,
need you to stop there, right
nobody's
there.
look. Well, 40 is old. I don't know what you talking about. Wait
Man,
till you
y'all
get
let me,
you ain't even 40, so that's why you saying that. But hey, I just talk like this when I
man,
was in my 30s.
let me
Oh,
know,
you ain't old
man,
shit.
let me know when you hit them 70, man. You know, you give
Oh
me a phone
shit,
call
man.
then, man.
I won't
You
even
gotta
be
be,
on here enough 70. I don't need. I ain't
um,
gonna probably know how to use. You know, live. No. Oh, see, he said 10. See, CJ said 10 o'clock. Well, he said AM, but he meant PM. PM. And then Greg said, "What's
so
gonna be late?"
is that gonna
You
be the
better say,
time of the
Greg. We found
show?
out.
Is that the time
Greg,
of the show or the time of the match? I'm
no, well,
confused.
I don't think they're gonna tell you what time the match is gonna be. I don't think.
So
I don't.
wait a minute. So the damn show start at 10?
Yeah, the
The
show.
show.
I think the
Oh
actual
my
show starts
fucking
at 10
god.
o'clock. Because that's what it says on the flyer. I think it starts at 10 o'clock. I think it just starts at 10.
Man, this is fucking ridiculous, man.
Hey man,
See this shit?
you gotta be young to watch this stuff these days. And like I think they can do it because I think they
Yeah,
feel like
damn.
that.
You gotta not have, I'm not gonna work that day or not have no damn
See,
job.
CJ said the same thing too. CJ said match. That's what it say on the flyers. That what I That's what I said too. I seen it on the fly too. So
Man,
me and
this is
CJ,
why.
we going based off of unless they start early and they just saying maybe it was a mistake. I don't know because hey, they did make a lot of graph mistakes on the Clash one, but I mean, who knows? Let's get ahead and get into our next topic. We did learn over yesterday. I was over there posting um reports and stuff on the DW TV page, and come to find out, I seen a report that Jacob Fatu was injured. We do know that we did find out that Logan
Hmm.
Paul is injured and he will be missing out on 6 months final
Yep,
balls.
tricep.
Man,
Hmm.
the visit is man. I mean, this group has to be cursed.
I
I
mean,
mean,
but here's the things though, is that it was a good thing that Braun Breaker is now back.
yeah,
Because if he was still out and they would have lost Logan Paul, all you would have left is just the Austin Theory and Paul Heyman.
yeah, exactly. And we'll get to some stuff that Austin Theory said right after this. But yeah, I mean, man, I hate to see that, man. I think he'll be back before maybe around. I think Survivor Series. I think they'll put him back around that timetable, maybe a little early, probably since
Man, the
Survivor.
vision is not gonna
From
last another 6 more months though. Let's just be honest.
yeah, I ain't gonna.
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, man, I'd be so scared to join that group because I'd be like, man, y'all get injured too much. But I think the
Oh
thing
yeah,
that
hold on. Because what CJ said, which I did hear, is that people are getting injured from the vision in the method. I mean, the order that they joined.
oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
think
did hear
about
that. I did
that.
hear about that. Yeah.
So
And by the way, the person I heard that from was
Austin
Russell
Theory,
Talk.
Nate.
So shout out to them. But yeah.
Oh man, I didn't think about that. Now you saying it, yeah, because yep, Seth was first, then it was Breaker, then it was Braun. Now it's Logan.
So you know what that
Austin Theory,
means? You know what that
Austin
means? I
Theory,
was dairy next.
this and there. God damn, that's
Mhm.
crazy. I didn't think about that. Man, I'll be if I was Theory,
Mhm.
I'd be scared, man. um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Jacob Fatu was injured in a house show fighting solo. They said it was a back injury. From what I'm understanding, they said it wasn't too serious. Hopefully, they don't have to pivot final balls. I don't see how they would pivot. They have to like at least do this match. I say maybe a good 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Might won't be long as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a good longer period of time. We'll see. They might stretch it out. But yeah, he's also injured too. From what I'm understanding, I don't know for sure. I think I see a lot of people saying now that they might move away from house shows, final balls. So I just think that that's something that we'll have to see as we go along. You got any thoughts about the Jacob Fatu injury?
Yeah, I mean, apparently he was favoring his leg, but reports came out that it actually is a back injury. The reports is that they're gonna have Jacob push through the match for Clash, and then they're probably gonna do a pivot. They believe likely with either Solo um is probably gonna be the pivot that they're going into. Which to me is crazy.
Exactly.
Um, my whole thing when it comes to this, man, is like, well, Miami. Before I even get to that, Miami made a good point. He noticed that Jacob is he's injury prone, so that's not good.
Yeah, it's like
Two,
already, and that's like just
yeah,
in a shorter time.
yeah,
You know how
and
they
then
is
on,
about that, and I get
and
worried when
then
it's like that.
and then because they had the release, they released JC Mateo, formerly known as Jeff Cobb. They also released one of the Tonga. So really, who can they face? It would either be, you know, sorry, who can Roman face? Will be if Jacob's out, it'll be actually Solo or one of the Tongas, because right now the story is the Usos is with Roman. So, and they haven't been built to be, to be anything. Solo and Tonga's been booked to really be really like lower mid card. So I'm really tired of seeing Roman face who he faces. The title looks very good on Roman. It looks like it belongs on him. Like when he comes out and Raw, I'm like, yeah, it looks really good on him. But I'm tired of seeing him face what he faces. I'm tired of seeing him face he's either facing CM Punk, which he did twice, back to back manias, Rollins, same thing. Because remember, he faced Rollins. He was the Rollins part of that whole thing. Previous one, we had, Rollins interfere. Or we're having him face Cody, or we're having him face someone from the bloodline. Like, can we have him face other people? But the whole thing is that there's not a lot of stars being built. So it's like, who else can the champion really face? He's already beat CM Punk, who was out because of from reports. It's a creative thing out into SummerSlam, and he's already faced Cody. So I mean, a lot of times. So who else can he face? Cody's also champion. So who else can he really face? Unless you want to face a Gunther or over Femi, but or are they actual opponents that are on the same level. Now, I will argue that yes, over Femi because he's so over, but he's tied with other things with Brock Lesnar right now. So who really can Roman face? And that's the we having a building of stars issue again. They're really having that issue. Um, and instead of using Roman like they should have to help build stars, or instead of having Cena when he was on a retirement tour helping build stars, we don't really have them. When someone becomes champion, great, but it's like who can they face to make them be an actual elevated champion? And Roman, his whole thing was he stepped away, yes, to attend to his children, to his wife, but also he said to give his family time to shine. I'm like, well, that's not really the answer because they weren't elevated enough to shine while you were gone. Yes, the whole solo stuff was good, but when it started to play out, it wasn't good anymore. I'm talking about, the original stuff, right after Roman lost the title. So is we don't have the star power. We shouldn't have Trick Williams over here playing around with, yeah, I get Melo is back, and it is good. Melo's doing a really good job, but hey, I know why they're doing it because the fans really wanted to see Melo and Trick Williams have a match. They didn't want to see it be with Sami Zayn. But hey, the way that um Trick is booked, you have him here with Damn Yachty, who is like, who is that? And then you have him, get into this whole thing with a gingerbread man and Sami Zayn. Now, thank God, Melo is back. Um, but and thank God he's so over. But it's like, is he really, world, championship, high, the championship, opponent? Is he there yet? Maybe kind of iffy on that. I mean, we don't have the stars anymore. I mean, who else would Roman really face? Of course, Randy Orton's out for a while, but who else, would Roman face? You ain't gonna have someone like a freaking LA Knight. I mean, come on now, yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, so who else would he have faced? Maybe a Braun Breaker, of course, but the direction that they put him in, it killed his momentum. Yeah, he got injured, but they should have, kind of cast in on that, back when it was hot. Now he came back and doesn't feel the same anymore. I mean, he's still great, but doesn't feel the same anymore. I mean, it's just not a good building of stars at this point. And then and then you're bringing up, stars from NXT. Okay, cool. Well, Fatal Influence. Well, I'm sorry to tell y'all, but hey, yeah, they got a big pop on first 2 weeks. That pop is slowly kind of died down from what I'm seeing. I feel like, hey, I don't feel like there's nothing special now, like anymore. I'm sorry. Now, I like her pants though. Her pants is fire, but I don't feel like it's super super over as much as we think it is. Okay, great. And now who fault is that? Booking. And you got Soruka over, who I love Soruka. I thought I loved everything about her. Unfortunately, now she is injured, is what is reported. But even before she got injured, her whole character booking was she's good, but not good enough to actually win matches. It was a weird kind of booking with her where she's like, I guess the idea is her to be an underdog and then actually win, but it didn't feel that way. I felt like it really undermined her. But I guess, the whole thing was the whole, slow cook, wait and see, and then she would actually be, this ultimate underdog, and then she'll eventually, get a title under her, and it'll be a whole big thing. But look at where we're at now. Something happened. She got injured. So now the last time we're gonna see her, remember her for, is her being a girl who had a lot of prospect who lost all the matches. I mean, so and now when she comes back from injury, she's not gonna have that big oomph behind her anymore. This is the mistake that booking. Now, if she would have been booked properly and she got injured, cool. She'll come back from injury. We'll have a longer wait return for her. It'll be a big thing. But you booked her to be a losing person from it's like her booking basically saying, hey, you were good somewhere else on, but you're not good enough to be on the main roster. And now she's injured. So it's just poor booking decision after poor booking decision. I don't know. Same thing with Oba. We're like, man, this open challenge is crap. Now we saw where we were going with it. The whole idea was to have Brock Lesnar come back, but I think it's great. But it's just the bill of it. And let's be honest. Oba is great, but is he great? I don't know about his promo work. It's kind of not there. Action is it's very, very, very heavy, but he looks great. Has a really, really good entrance. Love his entrance. But for me, he's more of an entrance for me. Um, so, but he's tied up. He's tied up with things with Brock Lesnar. So anyway, to round it up finally, it's just when it comes to Roman, I don't like him facing the same people, but at the same time, it's like, who else do you face at this point in time? Even him facing the Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is tied up doing things with Street Profits right now. So we have no one who really could face Roman Reigns. And we're talking about facing for the championship, not just facing Roman Reigns because he's thinking Roman Reigns. There's no one to face for the actual championship. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, look at Cody. Cody has to fight Gunther because there's no one else to
Yeah,
go for the championship.
ain't nobody. It's crazy because I feel like we're building stars. Don't get me wrong; they're doing great with Trick. They're doing great with Oba. Um, it seems like Braun Breaker has to get back into that mix too. I see what they're doing with Javon. We'll talk about that a little later. So maybe those are the guys, but it's like they're so new and fresh. You don't want to have them face this megastar Roman and lose them.
Well,
It feels like they lose momentum.
here's the thing though, is that the momentum that I feel like they're going now is too slow. Like y'all, they should have been gave Braun Breaker that title back when it was hot. Right before he got injured, and they didn't cash in on it. They
Mm,
should have been pushing Sol Ruka. They should have been pushing Sol Ruka to be this mega star, which they have been putting her, with Becky, having her in the main feud, but the character looking of her is odd. You know, they should have pushed her to be the biggest threat, and that she's not booked that way, and now she's injured. When it came to Trick Williams, same thing. He's kind of booked. He was booked into this weird thing with Sammy where it's kind of comical, and he also got Yachty around. So he's so over that we kind of ignored it, but he's really booked really actually poorly. Um, and over Femi, great, but we kind of felt this kind of weird, awkward thing with him and the open challenge because of who he faced. And really, Femi hasn't faced anyone good besides Brock Lesnar. He's only faced, mid card acts, which which makes sense because the whole thing is he's gonna clobber anyone who's smaller like him, which would make sense. Um, but it's just the booking of these stars. They have a lot of stars that are hot, but are they hot because of booking, or are they hot because they were good prospects coming in and now they're here? Because hey, we're not into Sol Ruka because what she has done on the main roster. The people love Sol Ruka because what she did in NXT. People are not hot on Trick Williams because of what he's done on the main roster, and hot on Trick Williams because of what he did in NXT. People are not hot on Javon Evans because of what he did in the main roster. God no, he ain't. But you know why he's hot? Because what he did in NXT. Hey, people are not hot over Femi because of what he did on the main roster. He's only hot because what he did in NXT. So they're not doing anything as far as booking wise on the main roster, make these stars hot. They were hot coming in. The thing is, when you cash in on that momentum.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll have to we definitely will have to see. Speaking on the vision, our next topic is really Austin Theory just going crazy. He first attacked Joe Henry, because Joe Henry was doing the fire Logan Paul, and then turn around, attack Andrew Dawkins later on that night. And I mean, it was I this might was the best I seen Austin Theory in quite some time. I love the promos. I know a lot of people didn't get to see it. It was, I would say, the shorts from WWE. I did love those. Very great job on that. Paul being right behind him. Him being a little more serious than they normally been lately. I did like that from Austin Theory. The beatdown was great from him. After that Montez Ford and Seth Rollins match, which we'll talk about a little later too. But I mean, Austin Theory said, hey, he had to take the ham. He was the only one there. It was kind of weird. Breaker wasn't there. I don't know why. I guess because he was already maybe overseas. Maybe they probably could have been doing something with those guys overseas. But and come to find out, him and Paul does not have to vacate the title because um according to Paul Heyman, he said the Vision is the one that will be Art Attack title. So anyone in the Vision, or if someone gets injured, the long as they have enough members, that person is the tag champions with whoever's the champion. Basically using the Freebird rules. If anyone knows the Freebird rules, it's basically what I always go back and think about. The New Day was something I wanted um if if Brie Bella comes back, it's something I wanted Paige, Brie, and not Brie, but Nikki Bella. My bad, Nikki Bella. When she come back, it's something that I wanted them to do with the women's side. I haven't seen a woman do it yet. It would be pretty neat if they do it. But basically, Paul Heyman said, "Hey, no, anyone who's in a vision, y'all are champions." But like I said, I did like this character development from Austin Theory. He really kind of stepped up because he was like, my brothers are not here, and if you talk about them, I'm going to put you down. I loved it from him. Love to see where it's going to go, and I love to see where they're going to go with this. Maxine Dupree. It seems like they're getting more and more. They're putting on it a little bit more than they used to at first. Like I say, this
Well,
is
it's reported that she's gonna go to Vision now,
I hope so, man. We've been doing this
and
for a long
Montez
time.
Ford.
Yeah, you said that though.
So yeah.
But
I've
you
been
got
said that because the story was
yeah,
there, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You got any thoughts about this Austin Theory being down Dawkins Angle and Henry Angle final boss? If not, we'll move on to the Seth Rollins and Montez Ford match.
Yeah, I really like the whole idea when the whole segment when Theory came to Paul and said, "Hey, what I'm gonna do with these titles, man." And you had Paul saying, "Hey, we got the Freebird rule, we can, we have Braun Breaker here." Which is a good idea, but also that's kind of a downplay for Braun Breaker because now he went from being in the main card title picture to being a tag team, which could be temporary until we get someone. But now I feel like because of the the issue with the injury with Logan Paul, we now have to kind of push the gas quicker on that Montez Ford uh, joining the vision. And it's an easy thing to book, actually. It's actually just right there. It's like, you know, you have Austin Theory or you have Ron Breaker, or you even have Paul Heyman simply go up to Montez Ford and say, hey, man, hey, there's an open spot right here, for you. Hey, you couldn't win the tag team championships, but hey, if you join us, you automatically got them. I mean, what you're gonna keep going around this guy talking about Dawkins. I mean, all the story is really right there. Um, and that's how you would get him to join the vision, and to be, I would say, the leader of the vision. And then you kind of build that, and we kind of have the whole Judgment Day thing go on, where like when Liv was gone, and we had who come into the vision. I mean, to come in Judgment Day, we had Roxanne, of course, come in. This would be the kind of same idea where you have um, Ford come in, and we're kind of waiting for this anticipation of Logan Paul to come back. So what you do is you build this whole story of teasing Ford. You have the turn. You have Ford eventually join the vision. You'll have, and then the next place for that would be us thinking about, well, how's it going to be when Bronson Reed comes back? Because a lot of people forget that, he's part of the division. He's been out for quite some time. How's it going to be when Logan Paul come back? We'll be awaiting, are you going to be okay with now this guy here is now the leader of the division, where he wasn't even a founding member of the division. So you'll play on that ideally. And of course you'll have Seth Rollins, build something over there with Dawkins. Now, with Maxine Dupree, I like it, but also kind of hate it. I like the idea of her being involved in the story. I also kind of like her being involved with the story, because then it kind of gives me Judgment Day vibes, where you kind of have all these kind of weird, mid-card tag team guys in here, and then a female in here. So it's really going to be like Judgment Day, because hey, you don't have any other females joining this group besides, or that we expect as of right now, besides Maxine Dupree. So if she joins this group full of men, what does that remind you of? It's a Judgment Day, basically, where you're gonna have her kind of be there. I guess they'll have matches against Judgment Day, so you have these two groups fight each other, because the same thing. You have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez on one side, and you have uh, Maxine on the other side, so they'll have matches, and then you have the guys, have matches. So I kind of don't like the idea of her joining the vision, because what does it do for her? And Maxine hasn't been built enough to actually be an actual like threat to anyone. I mean, she hasn't been built to be that. She kind of we were there a little bit with her and Natty, and then it kind of flopped. It wasn't built correctly by WWE as it should be, and it wasn't believable for her for a character. But to have her join a male group like this and not be, don't want to be a dominant force, or not knowing to be, one of the women that's kind of on that higher level yet, it really doesn't do anything. Kind of like Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has always had been built to be, a main star. Of course, she's champion now again, but imagine having, someone else that was a lower thing for, come in. I mean, what has, Raquel Rodriguez really done for the Judgment Day? Yeah, she had that whole stuff with Nikki Bella, and she was pushed, and they kind of pulled back on her. Same thing with Roxanne Perez. She hasn't really been built to be anything really since she first debuted, before Liv Morgan returned. And then, we kind of had this really good story, with Roxanne and Finn Balor, but I feel like it's kind of getting lost again now. So to go back to the vision, man, to see, Ford makes sense. Maxine, for me, it really doesn't. And if you're gonna have Ford join, well, who else? The reports are coming out now. I believe it's gonna be like a LA Knight.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
which
Yes.
yeah, which to me, his character is more a comedic character. Some people love it. I love it, yes, and I love his music. But having him, imagine having him around, because this was actually reported before the injury with Logan Paul. Having him and someone like a Logan Paul and Austin Theory be just goofballs back there, it really takes away from the seriousness of the group. And I'm like, and when does Paul Heyman start managing, comedic characters? I mean, to me, like it's crazy to me. Um, and I think Paul Heyman is actually misplaced. I would say if they do have LA Knights and they do have Ford and they also have Maxine join the division, I would say it's a Judgment Day 2.0. That's what it is, because you got all these like mid carders in here, you know, and a woman. And hey, people can say it, they want to say it. Hey, to me, Dominic is a mid card, always has been. Not saying he's not decent, but hey, he debuted it, with his dad, did okay, but we're still tag team, which is technically, unfortunately, the mid card. Then he went by himself, and he had a really, a really good thing with the Judgment Day with the Liv Dom stuff. But I mean, did you really like did people really like Dominic because of his matches, or they really like him because of the Liv Dom romance story, because it kind of reminds you of the Edge and Lita story? Yeah, you didn't like him for his matches, you liked him because of the work that he did with Liv, which is okay, which is great. But I mean, can we really talk about a really good Dom match that was in WWE and not AAA? Not really. It doesn't appear like Dom is too happy about, not having a good placement in WWE. He talked about it, this week, saying they don't know what to do with him. And hey, sorry, Dominic, you're not a luchador, which is fine. I talked about that with you earlier. Hey, not everyone who is Latino is a luchador. Eddie, very great icon, was not a luchador. His family member Chavo Guerrero, not a luchador. Amanda Estrada, not a luchador. Alberto Del Rio, not a luchador. So there are a lot of Hispanic, Andrade, not a luchador. Um, that's not always a thing, but hey, Dominic, I mean, you're not like the most, aesthetically pleasing person. It's not like he's, jacked up. He's an average sized guy. He's really more on a cruiserweight side, and you're not a luchador. So I mean, where would you kind of fit in? Is a question. You can't put you with Penta because you're saying you're not a luchador. You know, we did this stuff between you and your dad, which we heard. I'm gonna bring it back for your dad to retire. We talk about Rey Mysterio here. So where are we really putting you when we're putting you, within the tag team division? We're putting you in AAA. So I mean, let's just be honest. Hey, you want to be a top guy, which everyone wants to be, but the reality is that you are mid carder. You are mid card. Judgment Day, it's mid card. You did have, you had one time where you were, a main story, which was the Live Dawn stuff, which was again great for most people. But was it really great because of matches? Fuck no. Y'all didn't have any good matches. The thing people just liked was just like the whole story, and that's fine. But that's just reality of it. Now that the story is gone, we're not doing the whole Live and Rhea thing. That's long beyond us. We're now doing, a Roxanne and Liv thing. But Dominic doesn't have a lot of matches. Why? Because no one for you to face. All the ones that you would think you would face, like someone like Americano, is in AAA, but you're saying not luchador. So I mean, can we still have matches if not luchador? Absolutely, but it's not gonna be the matches that you want. We're not gonna have you go against someone like a Roman Reigns or Femi. Why? Because look at how you're built. You're built like a cruiserweight. You're built to face someone like a Carmelo or like a Jamon Evans, which again, great competitors, but let's be honest. I mean, they're not. They are your IC championship materials. They are your United States championship materials. They are your tag team title material. I mean, that's where they are placement wise. Now, is it their fault? No. It's a booking issue. It's a TKO WWE issue where they should book them enough to be top guys. We should not be in 2026 where, hey, I'm not going to book this person to be a top star because they're smaller. They should know that many years ago when the whole steroid scandal came out, they said you're going to expect to have what? A lot of smaller guys. So WWE knew that from decades ago, way, way long ago. So why are we not building these smaller guys, to be, said person? Why? Because that whole aesthetic thing, is still there. Um, and that's a hard pill to swallow, right? A lot of people are gonna say, but you sit back and you think about it, and you actually enjoy the ride, you would actually know that everything I said is true. And hey, if it's not true, then go ahead and name a good Dominic Mysterio match that was not on AAA. Besides him and the race stuff. I mean, I can't name one. Can you? I mean, that's kind of where we are now. I did like the him and of course the demon match. That was great, but was it because it was Dominic or because we just wanted to see the demon? It's because we wanted to see the fucking demon, right? So it's called it how it is, and I don't know if Dominic is saying this stuff about him, being booked, which everything he said is true. But are you really saying that because that's your character, or are you really saying that because you honestly believe, Dominic Mysterio, that you are a main card player? Well, you're not. Like I said, I don't know if he legit has a chip on his shoulder and it's not a character based thing, which again it could be. But if it's actually him speaking from him, the person, and not out of character, you should not have that shit because you don't have the matches to back that up, and you damn sure don't have the look. Why? Because you're dressed up to look like Eddie Guerrero, but you're really Rey Mysterio's son. I mean, is that popular because you did it, or is it really popular because remember the whole story of the custody battle between Ray and Eddie, and we remember that we all miss Latino Heat, we all miss Eddie Guerrero. No, and that's the reality, for it. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking. I'm gonna let Miami go ahead and talk.
Now we could move on to the next thing. You kind of summed up everything. Let's go to the Seth Rollins and Montez. You was talking about Montez. You say you thinking that Montez could be the leader of this group. I think that you just
Yeah.
need to put Montez on his own. I'm here to say it, guys, and
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm not here to say no one gets fired. We was talking about what was going on with Candice LeRae and Gargano, and I was like, I would not be surprised. And like I said, I'm not an advocate to see someone be released, but I wouldn't be surprised they'd be one of the people that is on this name. I think Montez does need not to join the division, especially with the injuries that's going on with the division. I think if he gets injured, they're going to let him go too.
Well,
Like,
the thing
I'm
is,
gonna be
the
honest.
thing is that when it comes to someone like Ford and someone like also like Dawkins, they weren't built up enough to be a breakout single star because they didn't. Yeah, they had a lot of oomph behind them in NXT when they had like the solo cups, not solo to cold, but the actual red cups. Um, they are a really good tag team, especially when they were hot and just hot off the press. But
Mhm.
they weren't built on. They didn't have a single run yet. Neither have. So they're not built enough to be single stars and just put them on a single run. Now Marquez, he's good in the ring. He has a really good look to him when he's not, over there eating because Bianca's pregnant. But now that he's back, being that jizzed up guy, he has a really good look to him, really cool swagger to him. But is he gonna be a believable enough guy to be over on his own right now? The answer to that is no. We gotta kind of build that up to have him be that valuable singles competitor, which we all believe he can be. but his character is not built up to be there. I feel like we just say, hey, we're gonna put him as a solo star, break him apart from Dawkins. Okay, then other than him fighting against Dawkins, I guess fighting against maybe Seth Rollins, where else would you go? I mean, could you see him actually going straight for a title shot right now? I mean, right now, no. Eventually, probably, yeah. Right? I feel like this. He's one of those stories that, if built correctly, will look back and say, "Man, we were so." Remember that time when we never thought he could be, and he is. I mean, because that's kind of where Roman is now. Because you all remember how Roman was when he was during the Big Dog era, and now look at him. Years later, at his peak. So no, it can happen. Same thing with John Cena. Remember the debut, and then look at him years later. So those
Mm-hmm.
things, do happen. Same thing also with Liv Morgan. Remember her from where? The Riot Squad. Who was the real star of the Riot Squad? Well, of course, Ruby Wyatt. Um, and then look at Liv Morgan, years later. So those things do happen, but we gotta have to build him to get there. And I think him joining the group or joining a group would be the first step. Um, and I don't want them to kind of pull back and do what they did with New Day, where they really wanted to break them up, but they felt like one was sinking, one would float. We're talking about, of course, Woods and Kingston. Um, so they said, no, we're going to turn them heel, and it just didn't work. I don't want profits to be that, to be like, well, we don't think one of them, both of them are going to make it on their own, so let's just do something else. Let's pivot. I don't want that to be a thing. I think the way to get them to be breakout single stars is to have them, you know, do different things, do different groups, and then move them apart. Because we see that with the Usos. That's how the Usos became solo stars. It's because single stars. And what happened is that we had them together. We had them join a group, a faction, which is what the Bloodline, and then we saw how that unfolded, and we had them turn on each other, and then that's how we got them to be the single stars. And then they found their way back together. But because they did that in a way where they joined something else and then split apart because something else, it gave them a chance to be single stars. You got to do the same thing with the Profits. You can't just have a tag team and then break them apart, because we're in the point right now where WWE doesn't have strong factions anymore. We could do that back in the day when we had, of course, like the Shield, or we had Evolution, where we had these really strong over stables, and also, of course, the Nexus. Um, back before they ruined them, of course. But we had strong enough booking to have them be like, hey, I know which star is the next star. Is this person? Then we're gonna break them up, and that person will be the next bigger star, and these other guys, hopefully, it could be a star. We're not there anymore. I can't see them doing that with Street Profits. I can't see them bringing Street Profits and both Dawkins and Ford become major singles competitors. I can't even see that with Judgment Day, and see them be major singles competitors. Like, can you really see um you know JD McDonough be a successful singles competitor? Do you really think that Dominic will really make it without the Liv Morgan stuff? Do you think he'll be actual, and not going to Triple A either, but it was the same, just straight Boston? Can you really see him being a credible singles competitor without Triple A stuff, without the Liv Morgan stuff? These are questions that you kind of have to ask yourself, you know, as a fan, and I guess TKO and Creative have to ask themselves when they're looking at these stars, because again, WWE controls the stuff now. You know, is that available? Competitor. Same thing with, of course, the NFTs. Imagine they break up tomorrow. Well, can you really see the Tongas be actual legit singles competitors? No. Maybe solo, yeah, but as far as the Tongas, no. Um, Jacob was actually one of the few that actually had to break up from, of course, the group, and was able to be a single star, but we're still kind of iffy on him where we like Jacob, but does he feel like a major big deal? Not really. He doesn't feel like a big deal. I mean, I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not saying he's not over, but does he feel like a big deal? No.
I think so.
So,
I think after the
mm,
Roman match, I think a lot of people are now starting
mm-mm.
to say that he's that star now. Because a lot of people
Well, you're
before the
contradicting
injury,
yourself because you just started off by saying that the major match you're seeing people talk about right now is the match versus match.
I'm saying
Mm,
before. Well, yeah, that is the big match, but I'm saying like the match before this was Roman and Jacob when they was did
yes.
the last PLE.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they did. That was the best match that really was that night. I feel like that match and Gunther and Seth was the
Mm-hmm.
best match, right after that match, even though Jacob lost, and shouts out to Busted Open, they said it
Mm-hmm.
first. It felt like Jacob still was that star, and I do agree with that. I feel like Jacob did still walk out like it didn't kill us. It didn't kill his momentum. It didn't do nothing. Now I don't know how bad this injury is gonna be, how it's gonna play much of a part of a match. Can they go back out there? I was wondering why they was gonna run it back anyway, because I was like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob has made it. Let's move on to something else. Because far as I know, I don't know because I'm now seeing that maybe Roman will be going to maybe Night of Champions, and I'm like,
Mm.
well, once again, you just said it. Guess what? Are they if they're doing champion versus champion? Is Cody still going to be champion? Because we know Roman
Mm.
is, and guess what? We're getting another Roman versus Cody. Is that a big time match? So there's matches like that where we got to think about along the line. I feel like Jacob has already made it and did what he needed to do. I feel like we should have did something else with the story. I'm still kind of interested in the story a little bit, but I'm a little worried now that Jacob is injured. Are they going to pivot
Mm.
and we're going to not like it? We're going to like, oh my god, this is just the whole thing is just went down to you know what? It's crap now. So I
Mm.
still got a little glance of hope, but there's no way you can pivot and put Solo in here. Solo
Okay,
down.
let me ask you this question. So you
Hmm.
said Jacob, you said you feel like he's a big star now, right? Just based on the
Hmm.
recent booking because he faced Roman.
Yeah.
So let's say we weren't doing Clash in Italy, right?
Hmm.
Let's say instead this was the main event of WrestleMania was Roman um versus Jacob for the
Hmm.
title,
Hmm.
Tribal Combat. Do you feel like this will sell out freaking tickets?
For just a regular for
We're
a
gonna have
regular
we're gonna have the same match we having tomorrow.
what is it on? Is it on a PLE or is it just
No,
on a regular?
it's on. I'm talking about WrestleMania main event.
Hell yeah, it's got Roman in it. What you saying?
Man, shit.
It's
Good
fucking
luck.
Roman Reigns.
No one
It
cares.
doesn't fucking matter if it's fucking
Nah, nah.
Roman has
You
said
feel.
himself.
Mm,
Okay,
mm-mm, mm-mm,
name
mm-mm.
one main event that Roman wasn't in yet that he would miss. I wait. The last 3 years he been in all three of them. It's
Well,
been
there was
him.
like.
It's been him and Pat. Himself and Punk. Right.
Mm-hmm.
One before that, it was him. I think it was him, Cody. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Then the one before that, him and Cody again. So we're gonna rewind it. After that, it was him and Punk, and we were saying
Well. Here's
after
the
that was the
truth.
best
Here's the
match of
truth.
that
And
night
and
too.
and then, and then here's where you're gonna get real mad, and this is gonna hurt you, right? Is that I want you to look at something. You just named the other main event that Roman has been in, right?
Yeah.
You know what's the pattern in all the main events is that in all those main events that Roman is in, he's fighting main card guys. He's not fighting, he's not fighting someone that is a mid card guy.
Well,
That's why
okay.
that's
Well, hold
why
up.
there's such big matches. That's the difference. That's why there's such big matches because you have Roman Reigns, who is a main card guy, fighting other main card guys. What happens when you have Roman Reigns fighting a mid card guy? I'll wait. Oh, they lost Miami. Oh, I think he's gone. See? Well, and that's where we are. This is what happens is that, and I hope Miami can leave and come back so we can hear him because we can't hear you like for real. Um, is that all the matches that Miami has listed? They're great matches. They're main event matches, but that is really because you have Roman Reigns fighting someone that is a main card guy. We haven't seen Roman Reigns fight a mid carder in a main event in years. In years. Would it really be the same kind of match? Would it put butts in seats if you had, let's say, Roman Reigns, you know, have a main event match against who's a I don't like him, but let's say against someone like a Javon Evans or against Ethan Page? No, that's because that is the reality of of it now. It's not like when Undertaker was around, we had really good booking. The Undertaker could fight anybody on SmackDown. We had Tay Long come out and saying, "Oh, you're gonna face the Undertaker," and it was a big deal because it was the Undertaker. Roman's matches are big because it's Roman Reigns because he's great, but because he's facing main level guys. And we're gonna wait until Miami comes back here. I don't want him to name who was the last mid card match that Roman has had. Now, I don't mean just in count. I mean actual match. And one could argue, hey, Solo, but Solo was built to be a main card guy because he was part of what? The Bloodline was part of the main story. I'm talking about him fighting someone that was not part of Bloodline, that is a mid card or a lower mid card guy. So that's my question. I don't want to kind of move on from that topic because waiting for Miami to hopefully come back. Um, but that's where we are. As far as who wins, Clash, Roman and Jacob, I'm going with Roman. I think we're gonna see probably another match between these two. Um, there's no way Roman can lose because apparently the stipulation is that if Roman loses, it's like he's saying, "Hey, I don't deserve to keep doing anything." Oh wait, there goes Miami. Miami, did you hear anything I said or no?
I got kicked out. I got to come back in on my computer. My
Oh my
internet went out.
God.
My internet went out. I knocked over my
Oh,
box.
oh, okay.
No,
So
but
you
I
didn't
was
hear anything?
no, I didn't hear anything. But I was
Okay, so
asking
my
you.
question to you
Hmm.
before I forget is, I guess I'm getting old now too, God damn it.
Oh
Um
Lord.
is okay, so like I said before everything went haywire, is
Hmm.
the reason why Roman's matches was so damn good, yes, because Roman Reigns and he's good, he's actually really, really good at selling. But it's also because the matches that he's had in main events is he's fighting main event fucking guys. Like you don't see Roman Reigns fighting, you know, a mid card or a lower mid carder. Go ahead and name someone besides from the bloodline because he fought Solo, but that's because Solo was part of what? The part of a main card group because it was a bloodline of Roman and Rock and everything that went on.
Hmm.
But go ahead and name a match that was a highlight match between Roman and a mid card guy.
Logan Paul, LA Knight.
Yeah, but those matches are ones that want to sell out tickets though.
I mean, from what we was told,
Mm,
that run that he had, it must have sold out. They kept saying the only time they started complaining about ticket sales is once Cody won the title.
mm,
I
But
mean,
that's
that's
the
what
thing.
we
But
were
that's the
told. I
thing
don't
about.
know.
But
I
that's the
mean,
thing about.
suggestions.
That's the thing about Roman is that he has all these good matches because he's also again Roman is good because when he has these main event matches or co-main event matches, he's fighting main card guys. The reason why the the whole WrestleMania Vegas Part Two was so good is it's Roman Reigns. Yes, the story was real, but also because he's fighting a main card guy. He was fighting CM Punk, who was built to be a main card guy. The reason why him and Cody was good because hey, he's fighting Cody, who's built to be what? Also he's built to be a main card guy. He's champion over there on SmackDown. I mean, the reason why he had the whole thing that was really good, with the whole friendship and everything in there. Remember that is because you have Seth Rollins in there, but Seth Rollins at that point was placed to be an upper mid card, sorry, an upper card slash main card guy, along with CM Punk, who was also placed to be what a main card guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have a record of really having big matches with mid-level guys. This and Jacob is an example of him really having a feud with someone that's a lower card guy. And not
Mm-hmm.
saying that Jacob is not a good wrestler because he is, but his position in the company is him being, I would say, really more an upper mid card guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Because you imagine Roman, would you feel the same about that sellout tickets of Roman facing someone like Ethan Page or Joe Henry?
Oh no. I mean,
See,
you can't sell that.
but
You
you
went
know what?
well. See,
But
okay, like
but
okay. Well, are we putting
mhm.
over? Are we and then see that it's gonna go back to this?
Well, Oba is positioned to be Oba's positioned to be like a main card guy. You can't say
Okay, are
that.
we?
That's
So
not an
okay, that's
example.
one person. Are we putting Trick Williams in that same category?
Trick Will, his position is a little bit iffy. Like he's over, but I don't know. I don't really know his position in the company, so I have to hold off on that one. But but
So
but but
if they did if it's let's say if they did after this match, they said say because there is King of the Ring, Trick Williams is in it. Let's say Trick Williams win, he has all the way up to SummerSlam. Let's say that WWE builds him pretty good, they build him up pretty good. Would if they say well hey because a lot of people will say well hey he might take on because it is whatever champ you I guess you can choose. If they said well Trick said instead of
well,
Roman and Seth, if it was Roman and
mhm.
Trick, would you still watch it?
Yeah, because Trick is over though. He's
Okay,
an over
okay.
guy.
So we're
But
going. So let's
But
put
here's the
Trick in that
thing,
main
but here,
card.
but I'm talking about pushing someone that is not over like that, and that is not a main level guy. I'm talking about, maybe someone that we like, but it's not over, like your Royce Keys,
Oh,
things like that.
well, yes, Roy.
Mm.
Because look, I think if you did a Royce Keys has the body type look. It could do him.
Well,
It would
that's
do
with
more. It
him.
would do more him a favor than Roman.
Hmm. Correct. Now here's the
It
thing.
would do. I feel like
Here's where
you have to
booking.
do that for him.
Here's where booking gets tough. As good as Roman
Mm-hmm.
is, they still failed him about him being a big star. And you want to know why WWE
You
failed him
think
about him
so?
being a big star? Here's the part where you missed because you were out.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker. Remember Undertaker when he was kind of like towards that end of his real good run with him championships. We had
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Long going on SmackDown, and we had him facing random people. I'm talking
Oh
about
Lord.
Undertaker facing. Hold on, facing random people, facing
Yeah.
nobodies against the Undertaker. And you know what? We went stupid. You want to know why? Because we didn't give a
Why?
hell. We didn't give a damn who the hell he was facing. We just cared
Well,
because it was fucking Undertaker. That is star power. That is star power. The Roman Reigns should be at that level, and I feel like while he is the biggest star in the company, right along with people like CM Punk and your Cody Rhodes out there. It's not that same it's not that same caliber because WWE. Yeah, they have built stars, but they haven't built them to be that magnitude anymore. It's crazy. That is a true star. You can have them literally face anyone, and you still want to see it because it's fucking Undertaker. Like the Undertaker can face fucking Hornswoggle and we'll still go stupid because it's fucking Undertaker. That's the difference. And we lost Miami again. So here's, I guess we're gonna wait for him now. Amy, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So what I was saying right before you left, because I just decided to pause. I'm like, I'm not gonna be over in here talking to somebody to come back.
Hey,
But
well
I
now
say,
y'all know how I
hey,
feel when I be by myself. I be like,
I
damn, I was saying
know,
it to myself, but hey, that's
I
how I be.
know, but it's not even that because I went through our talking points and there was none left. But but yeah, I was saying like, hey, back in the day, hey, we didn't give a hell who Undertaker faced. Like he could face fucking Hornswoggle, and we'll still go stupid because it's freaking Undertaker.
Well, I think, and like I was saying before, I don't know if you heard me. I think it was just because of
Hmm.
the music, man. It was just his, because Undertaker had aura too, and I think
Yeah,
Roman has
but
that
so
aura
does
too.
Roma. So does Roman Reigns. But I
So,
just feel like
so I,
WWE doesn't know how to carry it
I,
like they
I,
should.
I think reason why is because you know why we didn't have we had internet, but we didn't have places like how X is now, or those places where
Mm,
we're just so we fans are so different now because we kind of critique. Which I mean, that's why most of us has podcasts. You got people
hmm.
that review AEW. You got people who review TNA. Us, we review WWE. I think we just critiqued it so much that we have such a high standard because of what this business have gave us from the past that now we're so critiqued with it. It's like, man, could we see a Roman Reigns face like you said, Ethan Page, and we'll be like, man, what are they doing? Now, if they
Hmm.
build Ethan Page right, maybe. Now, I would
But
love to see.
here's
Now, if it was a Carmelo Hayes and Roman, I ain't gonna lie,
And,
I
and
might
and
be
you
a
know
little
what the
interested in
problem is
that.
though? The problem is that like I said earlier, is WWE doesn't know when to cash that ticket in. Because
Yeah.
remember a couple years ago we had what? We had Randy Orton face Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry is super over. And then what happened? We didn't see him in the main roster ever again. They sent him back. Now
Hmm.
here he is on the main roster, and he can't get over unless unless he's saying fire Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So I mean, but if they would have cashed that ticket in right after that, he could have been the guy to face someone like a Roman or someone to face a
Hmm.
CM Punk. Now we can't because y'all did not cash it in while it was hot. And the same thing, honestly, with Carmelo because Carmelo was hot coming in, but they had him tied up with things with the Miz. And then he really lost his spunk. The only reason why he's back where he is now is because the fans really turned and say, "Hey, no, we want to see these two great African American men, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, have an actual, have a match." But
Hmm.
if Trick Williams was not champion, if Trick Williams was not called up yet, you know, Carmelo Hayes would not be someone that is, the fans wanted to see at this point because of how they booked him with the Miz.
Well, I think even if he wasn't called up, I think it's still what he did with the title because I think we did not know at the time they was gonna do Trigon versus Sammy at the time because remember fans was mad once Sammy won the title. You know what I'm saying? They were just so furious. They was like, man, but we knew why because Trick,
Hmm.
I mean, Carmelo Hayes got injured, so that's why I think fans was just so upset. Final ball, it came out of nowhere because I was shocked like you. I was like, man, okay, damn, I knew Carmelo Hayes had fans, but they was really like they was booing. Like
Yeah, but
now they don't even boo
mhm.
Sammy no more. You see, you
Well,
find.
the reason why he was cheered was because, to be granted, the first time you heard him cheered now was when they're not in the Americas, so we don't. That's not the American fans, so
Okay,
that's a
so
little bit
maybe
different.
maybe we gotta wait till
Yeah,
he get back over
yeah,
to the.
they were going stupid for him yesterday. Um, but yeah, once he gets back over here, I think it's a little bit different story for us American fans. Um, so I'm not even gonna count that. I was actually really surprised that they cheered him as much as much as he did it, and it kind of really ruined his character because his whole character now has been, what have I done to you guys to turn on me? I'm the last good guy, and this overseas crowd kind of really, kind of fucked that up by them cheering for him as loud they did yesterday. Um, so a little bit different over there, but yeah. Um, uh, do you have anything else you want to say? Or do you want to go
No,
into our next topic?
let's talk about let's go to our next topic. I don't know if you've seen Final Balls. Javon ever seen the tease a little hill run? Right after his match with Penta, he Penta tried to raise his hand, he snatched away, walked away, and I was like, oh man, are they finna turn Javon heel? Which I wouldn't mind seeing Final Balls because we do. I think Javon needs something different. I don't mind the I don't think he's like a baby face, but I think it's like a comedy baby face. I want to see if he turns heel, would it be a serious heel? I would love to see what kind of development they will come up out of it. But then they did do a backstage segment where Penta and Javon did kind of run back into each other. He was like, "Man, I'm sorry for that, da da da, but I will come for that title again. We will do this again." And he walked away. Then the GM now, who we now know, Rey Mysterio, that you say you want to talk about here a little later. We'll probably talk about it here in a few minutes before we get to our clash thoughts. Is he came up and they did a they said they was wanting to do a Rey Mysterio versus Penta match, which I think is gonna happen this Monday. I find that interesting. They're doing that match. Congratulations to Rey Mysterio for being the GM of AA. I think that's a great move. Him and the Undertaker are probably going to do a great job together. Undertaker's been doing some great booking down there at AA. But I just think that Javon's about to get ready to turn heel for the boss. Do you got any thoughts about this before we talk about our clash predictions?
No, I didn't see that, unfortunately. But as far as what I would envision it to look like, I would envision that to look more kind of like a R Truth heel turn. I would think
Oh
that's what Javon
Lord.
Davis would be. Yeah,
Well,
yes, for
it
me.
did. Well, the R Truth heel turn did start off good, but they just
Yeah,
dropped it so
no
quick.
follow
I'm
up.
not gonna lie, I
Hmm.
did. Yeah, it wasn't no follow up, and this is something that me and you talked about when we started the whole podcast, and when we did the last year, beginning of the year, we was like it was a lot of no follow ups, and it seems like this year. I wouldn't say it's not much as we got last year, but it's quite a few. It's quite a hit, a miss with some of them they got going on now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was surprised you didn't see it. Like I say, I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna do this match. Let's get ready to talk. Did you want to speak about the Oba
The Rey
family?
Mysterio stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. The Rey Mysterio stuff we do open family, and then we'll do our clash. But um, yeah, as you said, yeah, we had a backstage segment between Penta and Rey Mysterio, where um
Oh, Did we lose Final Boss? You said that Final Boss? She might have got a phone call. You know.
Hold on, I'm here.
Okay.
Um, but
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, we got that segment between Penta and Rey Mysterio, where Penta had congratulated Rey Mysterio for being the new GM of AAA. And then of course he talked about, we would like to face him for against the IC championship, which I think is great. It's reported that um the idea is going to lead to somehow twisting until where it leads to Ray versus Dominic again, and he's going to retire him in some fashion in AAA. And like I would I'm assuming that you're going to have Ray versus Penta, and then Ray would win, and
Hmm.
then he'll take the championship. He'll be doing stuff down there in AAA, and then we'll have Dominic kind of crash out and saying that should be his title. You're no good dad, and blah blah blah. And you'll have Racing House saying, "Hey, if you want to go ahead and fight against me, you're gonna fight against my rules on my turn down in AAA. Well, I'm the GM, and then that's how we'll get the match." And then he would retire Rey Mysterio, and then Dominic will be your new IC championship. So I mean, your IC champion. So then you'll finally have Dominic actually have a good story. And then you will have the retirement of Rey Mysterio as far as him being in ring. I assume that's where they're going with it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
that's
think
how that's how I would go with it rather.
yeah, I mean I wouldn't mind it, but I would not think that they would did it on AA Final Balls. I thought they would kind of well they do have that I think like I said I think it's like their WrestleMania. I think it's like a AA Mega
But yeah, but
Championship
I think
match,
they
but
would
I
do
think
it
that's too early.
because you'll have Ray saying to Dominic how he doesn't want to be a luchador, he's
Hmm.
disrespectful, and then come down to my turf, and all this stuff. That's how I would think they would book it.
Hmm. Yeah, I
You
mean
know,
I mean they could. I mean we'll have to wait and see. Um, when it gets down to it. Let's talk a little bit about Clash tomorrow. I will be doing
oh hold
a.
on, now we're doing the old Femi stuff first, and then we're doing the class.
Oh, okay. We can talk about a little bit old film. I mean, that would have blended in with the
The
Clash
Brock.
stuff. Brock Lesnar. Well, I don't know. Did you catch the promo with Brock Lesnar where he explained why did he come back? He said he was humbled by Obafemi. Um, but he said it kind of bothered him a little bit. He said he never took a beating like he took a beating before, which I mean, your Goldberg and the Brock match ended way quicker than that. That was like a crazy match. Um, but it was interesting that Brock said he came back because he said that he can't just lay down and just walk out like that, which I think they just tying this into the story to you know, make a reason why he came back. I think they just came up with the money to bring him back. But I think my question to the
Mhm.
fans, Final Boss, and whoever goes back and listen to this is, um, are they going to run this back for a third time, or are they going to just go ahead and do it with Gunther versus Brock at the end of SummerSlam? Because we are pretty sure that that will be the last run of Brock Lesnar. I mean, Brock Lesnar, you said it best. He still looks great. He still looks like a great in shape. Um, he goes out there. He sells good. I mean, he will
Mhm.
be missed, man. I mean, but Brock, I mean, I guess he feels like he's coming up to that age where it feels like he's going to walk away. I think if they're going to do it, I think Owen needs to run it back again and do it one last time. No disrespect to Gunther, but I think we need to be done with this career killing. It seems like WWE has walked away from it too. I think they've moved on from the
Um,
career killer too.
I I felt the same, but at the same level though, is that
Hmm.
we had that promo segment between Cody and Gunther, and Gunther looked Cody in the face and said, "Hey." I said I was gonna retire and choke out Goldberg, and I did. I was gonna choke out, I was retire AJ Styles, and I did. I told you
Mhm.
I was gonna retire and choke out John Cena, and I did.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's now. I guess he's gonna kind of glaze over the hell, the him and Seth thing. But but as far as some other things, um, he did do that. So I'm like, are you bringing back this idea? Of course, now we know it's not gonna be for retirement. For Cody, it's gonna be for the championship. But are we working on bringing that back?
It, it,
And
it,
I would
it,
assume it would be Gunther if he wins the championship, which I don't think he is. But if he was to win the championship over Cody, and then they go to the whole him and Brock thing and said, hey, you said you want to be champion one more time. Hey, put your career on the line, and then you'll have you know Gunther versus Brock for the championship, and then of course he would retire Brock as he's trying to go for his last championship.
mhm.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, me too. Um,
But
yeah,
hold
well,
on now, now hold on, TKO. I don't want y'all taking my ideas. I'm gonna need credit for that now. Y'all love just posting shit on the damn. No, I need the credit for it now. I need that. I need it. Now go ahead and tag me. Now hold on. There's Final Boss, Bay. Final Boss. Two B's one Y CFO on X. Now I need you to, make sure you hashtag DWE television. Make sure you spell it out. Now it's like old school. That's like MTV. So make sure you tag that man because hey, I need that credit. I already know where you're going. Hey, like I said weeks ago on this podcast, the podcast that actually is the podcast, people could actually go ahead and find here live on X, also on Spotify whenever we whenever actually Miami does all that, upload it. Not just
yeah,
podcasts that we have behind the scenes and then people just leave and never come back. No, not that podcast. Okay, we, I need WWE, to give us that credit because hey, I said that weeks ago that hey, Montez Ford was gonna go ahead and join the Vision, and you have Dawkins do something with Seth. Now it comes out. Well, it hasn't come true yet, but now it has come out that is reported at least with Ford. So I mean, hey, I need them credits, man. I need y'all to go ahead and put those credits in for me. Y'all going around, you're going around taking out people's damn pages like faded media down for copyright now. I need you to go ahead and, you know, go ahead and give me mine now. Shit.
let's just cut the crap, man. You know we work for WWE, man. You all
No,
this
no,
stuff
no,
we've been saying,
no, don't be
all this stuff
saying
we've been
that
saying,
now, cause you,
all this stuff
no,
we've
cause
been
no,
saying
cause you
and
keep
on
saying,
DW
no,
Radio,
you keep
they've been
saying
taking
that
off.
WWE gonna hear that and they gonna be like, no, yeah, we don't work for them, and they gonna send a cease and desist letter, man. Stop that for real.
Hey,
No,
well, they need
don't
to,
do that.
we need to send a cease and desist letter because they always stealing our ideas. So I mean, we gonna send them one right back and say,
Mm,
well, hey, all them ideas we don't say on DW Radio because they on YouTube. We got the evidence,
mm-hmm.
and we know y'all listening WWE. But come on, man. Tomorrow's class, like I said, Final
Mm-hmm.
Boss, it's a early PLE. It's actually coming on. That will be coming on
Two.
ESPN at 2 o'clock
Okay.
p.m.
At least
Eastern
we know where
Standard
to
Time.
go. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it will be on ESPN, and we hope we get some people join me, where I will be reacting to class. I hope it's going to be a good PLE because we will have 1 free hour on ESPN. The first match will be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, which
Mm.
they will be opening the match. Final boss. I definitely have Cody winning this match, but I think it's going to probably be a pretty good match because I love that this fight was the best. Yesterday was the best maybe promo I've seen Gunther do in quite some time. I feel like he did say, like he said, he didn't need a Paul Heyman. He's good by himself, which he is. He's pretty good by himself. He just says old school. I think it takes people a while because he just has that old school technique that gets used to, and I think that's what a lot of people got to get used to. But I have Cody Rhodes winning tomorrow. I have him retaining. Final boss. I have him losing maybe somewhere later on down the line. Got to see if he's going to go to Clash and see what they're going to do for Clash. Definitely want to see who's going to win for this King of the Ring. Definitely probably be somebody for SmackDown for Cody to face. I don't think it will be someone for Raw, if you ask me. But who you have winning for the opening match for Cody versus Gunther Final Boss?
Cody. I would only say the only reason why Gunther would win is unless they do the storyline I just said with, with at least him in a Brock match. But I can't say WWE sees that same idea or same vision, no pun intended, as I do. So, I'm gonna go with Cody for now.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too, Final Boss. The second match actually that will be in the free hour, which I'm quite surprised will be Rhea and Jade facing each other. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. It might be Becky and Solo, Soruku. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's Soruku and Becky. But we'll just say Jade and Rhea. That's the next match. I've been liking what they've been doing with Jay. Jay's got a lot of wins, but I don't see Jay walking out of this because they kind of teased the Charlotte and Rhea when she came back and checked on Alexa and said, "Don't worry about Jay. I'll take care of her on a Clash." I have Rhea winning. I can't wait till they start this match with her and Charlotte, but I think Charlotte's going to enter the Queen of the Ring and actually win because she always is calling herself the Queen. Guess what? Why not put the crown on the original Queen? I mean, it will be perfect. I got Charlotte winning the Queen of the
Oh,
Ring and probably maybe taking that title off of Rhea Ripley.
speaking of women, the women's division. What
Mhm.
do you think? I just want to take a little sidestep um from Clash. What do you think of the Chelsea Green and Tiffany stuff?
I'm actually liking it. I'm actually liking it,
Okay.
Final Ball. I'm really, yeah, I'm really liking it. I like the direction they're going with it. Um, I think they're going to probably
For
add.
me,
I
it's a
think they're going to.
rinse and
I think they're
repeat
going to
for
add the
me
girl Blake
though.
Monroe to this team.
But for me, it's a rinse and repeat. You know what it reminds me of? It
What?
reminds me of Charlotte and Alexa. That was their story.
Well, I think that's why I think they're going to add Blake on down the line. I think that Blake is going to be added to the group. I think they're trying to do more women groups, and I think Blake is going to get added on later. I think, of course, her and Tiffany, and she's going to have a few with her Tiffany for a few while, and then later on down the line, they're going to be forced to um join together because you got a lot of teams that are three women group. You got Jay's group, you got the Fatal Attraction group that has a lot of women. So I think later on down the line, they will have your girl Blake Monroe joining. I like it, Final Boss. I'm actually this been like maybe, and you can even if Chelsea, you don't want to put her as a wrestler most of the time, you can have her manage Blake and Tiffany. I called it from the get go. I was like, man, they gotta team up Blake and Tiffany because their characters are almost quite, I wouldn't say similar, but kind of like you can kind of gel them together and boom have a this pretty girl team. I think that's what they'll kind of come off as, if you ask me. And yes,
Oh, so they
CJ
want to
did
be the
say
beautiful.
Gunther.
So they want to be the new version of my beautiful people.
Yeah, yes, I think there'll be
Oh
something
jeez.
sort of like that. I think
Oh
definitely they'll
jeez.
come off as that. You know what? I didn't think about that, but I think they would. I think they will come off as something like that. Because guess what? Guess who's with them? Guess who's with them? Chelsea Green. And where did she come
No,
from?
but
One of your
that's
favorite
really,
companies,
but that's
TNA.
really. Well, I don't know because that's really no. That's the Fatal Attraction gimmick though. So
You think so?
yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
don't.
yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
don't. They
That's
don't.
what
They
Fatal
don't get me.
Influence is.
They don't give me
Just like
that beautiful. They don't
they
give
give
me
you
beautiful
like they're
people
supposed to
kind
be
of vibe.
like they're supposed to be like the mean hot girls. You know like that's
Well,
like
I don't. I
their
don't think. I don't
thing.
think. I don't think if they're gonna be like the beautiful people, but I don't think they'll be like the mean girls. I think they'll just be the girls like
Well, that's what
the
the people was. I know you didn't
yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah.
TNA, but
I
then
think.
but
I
people
think. I think.
They were kind of like they were like the mean girls too. I mean, they would put paper
Mm-hmm.
bags over your face.
Yeah. I think they'll keep that for Fatal Attraction. I think that
I mean,
there's
bit of influence,
I
but
mean
yeah,
friends
that's
influence, but yeah. Um I think they'll stay that same type of caliber because I think they want to keep them heel. I think there's you gotta have because think about it. Right now, they don't have a female babyface group. Everyone's a heel. Think about it. Judgment Day, they are heels. Fatal Attraction, they are heels. Jay's group, they are heels. I mean, I don't see them teaming up Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa. Yes, they did it, but I don't see them doing it as a group. So right now, your babyface, you gotta have one babyface group. And why not have Tiffany? I think it will go well. You have Tiffany, Blake Monroe, and Chelsea Green. I think that will work perfect. Now, don't make them like the group that she had with Ivy now and not Ivy now, but Piper
uh,
Nivens and
the her service.
yeah, the Hurt Service. Don't make them that, but make this be something different. I think
Well,
they'll do it because
well,
Chelsea Green is gonna.
they probably make them more kind of like the Iconics. You ever thought about that?
Hey, I wouldn't mind that. I love the iconic gimmick when it was when they went away. They're now in I think they're now in ROH if I'm not mistaken. I think ROH or AEW now. But I mean,
I don't know, and I don't want to be
I
wrong
love
and
the
say what
iconic.
it is.
I love the icons. I used to love their gimmicks. I feel like their gimmick was way over. The icons was way before their time. Because look now, like if the icons came right now, and then they would have landed in this kind of era, they would have made it.
I believe the reports was that um, McMahon wasn't a big fan of the Icons. Apparently, was the
But yeah,
story that
I
was
think, like I
told.
said, because they came around the wrong time. They was too ahead of their time. But the EVP CJ from the
Hmm.
EVP show did say that Cody and Gunther and Rhea and Jay are the first two matches. So okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know. He said WWE needs to
Mm.
push Jesse at least make it to the finals of the Queen. I think she will get to the end because I think that is the plan, CJ. I think that will be it. It will probably be her and Charlotte beats her. I can see him doing that. In the PLE of Queen of the Ring on the tournament side, final balls. Like I say, do you got I say I had Rhea Ripley final balls. Did you make your pick for Rhea and Jade?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be real.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see Jade and getting a title shot and well, actually going to title for in quite some time because she just lost it. So
Mhm.
it doesn't make sense for us to put them there. And like I don't know if you've seen that interview that she did, and she was definitely doing it in character, but she was saying the reason why she's not champion is because of Michin and BFAT because they didn't do a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
job, is what
I
she
did
said.
see that.
I'm like,
I
oh my
found that quite
gosh.
interesting. I was like, oh my! But you know what? It fits her character,
Hmm.
and I mean, it's great because guess what? All the things that was said about her. So she
Hmm.
said she loves being a heel. I mean, she was great being a heel in AEW. I mean, I don't know why WWE didn't do it, which I kind of understand why they didn't do it at first because you had a
Well, the
female.
reason, yeah, because they had her tag with someone to help her
Yeah,
train, like
yeah.
Naomi, yeah, and
And
Bianca, who are
Bianca, yeah,
faces, yeah,
there was so much of
they're
back then they
faces,
was
yeah,
fake, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so back then, but yeah, I do agree with that, final boss. With that, I hope it's a decent match, like it was last time. Like I say, Jay has been getting a lot of wins, and I think Jay will probably lose that. So I think Jay will not lose nothing in this loss. The next match we will talk about is Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka. I had even though Sol was injured, final balls, I still
Hmm.
have Sol winning. I'm hoping she will win
Oh, I don't
because
think so, because
I don't see
apparently
Becky Lynch do
now
this match again.
apparently now I believe it's for the championship now, is it or
Yeah, it's
no?
for the championship. Yeah,
Oh
it's
no,
for the
then she's
IC
then
for
yeah, then no, she's not gonna win no more because she's injured. Can't win.
I mean, hell, y'all said y'all was gonna pivot with Dan Jacob. You can pin with that one. Jesus Christ, I mean, I hope not. I don't know how bad the injury is. they still had the match going on. Um, I'm just hoping that. I hope it wasn't too bad where she can't go too long. Um,
I don't
you
know. We
know,
don't. I haven't seen any reports about
yeah, me
how
too.
severe it is.
I still believe in it. I mean, this might be one of the ones I lose in one of our predictions. I hope not because um I'm a little worried about my title reign because of you and other people. But you say you got Becky. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Becky does come out and win. But I mean, if you have Becky hold on to the title, what's next after that? I mean, what do you do with Becky? I mean, Becky has done everything with this title. Shouts out to her. It's time for her to get back into that main card picture because Liv needs someone. Liv doesn't have no one to face. I think this is Liv's um first PLE where she's champion and she doesn't have no one to face on the PLE. Now, is it a big PLE? Uh, I wouldn't say it's one of the big ones, but it is up in that caliber where I feel like she could have been on the card. I feel like, but they haven't really been building a fuse. I think they're waiting for Stephanie Valkyrie to come back, which I don't know why. You could have started building up some more feuds, but I mean, this kind of tells the tale, and I think we say it a lot that WWE needs to see some women on Raw, and we definitely need some stuff on SmackDown. I do not have no SmackDown topics, guys, because SmackDown has not been good. We know that they're going to start going to 2 hours. I think the whole month or next month, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's just going to be only 1 month. I don't know. I think maybe it's going to be a month. Hopefully, it be for quite some time because SmackDown is just too long and it's not, they don't have the star caliber to do a whole 3 hour show. Let's just be honest. Keep it, keep it 2 hours until you can figure out, how to build some stars and maybe go back to 3 hours later on down the line. But right now, you cannot do it. Um, we don't even have no. I mean, yeah, we don't have nobody for Roman to face, but also, I mean, to be honest, as much as I wouldn't say I don't hate Cody, I don't like him as a wrestler, but you don't have no one to face Cody. I mean, look who's he facing. He's facing Gunther. He's already faced Gunther, but who else could he face? I mean, there's no one else for him to face. Just like once Roman's done with Jacob, what's next for Roman? Even if he does go to Clash of Night of Champions, what's next for him? Also, so that, like I said, that's a very interesting thing that we'll have to wait and see to develop on on Raw and SmackDown. The next match we'll get into, which will probably be most likely the co-main event. We kind of touched on it. It's Brock Lesnar versus Femi Part Two. I did like Femi's. I'm going to talk about it a little bit because I don't think I talked about it when we was talking about the and Brock stuff. Was I did like Oba's um segment with him and Paul Heyman, where he told Paul Heyman that last time I was just trying to retire Brock. This time I'm gonna try to kill him and retire him again. I like that part because this is the ruler. I loved it. I love, like I said, I talked about the segment with him and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar segment. Just, I mean, he's that guy. Um, I mean, you just can't let him be over and not do this match at least one more time. It all depends on how this match is going to be tomorrow. I feel like if they go out there and they just have this great match, of course, it's going to be a lot of maybe power moves and stuff, and maybe um, Brock Lesnar suplexes him to death. And guess what? We get to say it might be sort of like how it's a John Cena thing. I don't know if y'all remember the John Cena at SummerSlam type of style. It'll sort of be like that, but guess what? Oba jumps back up and Brock is shocked. I mean, and they get start doing haymakers. I think that story, you have to build that story in this match. Most likely, I think, like I said, this has to be the co-main event. I think if this match goes long, it kind of tells me what they're going to do with the tribal combat match. That means that not going to be too long. So that means Jacob is not always 100% because normally Brock matches are not that long. Usually they're like 20 minutes long, but this goes into that like 25 to almost close to maybe 30. I'm like, okay, maybe this tribal combat match won't be probably long as I thought it was gonna be because I thought the tribal combat, if Jacob was not hurt, I was like, it's gotta go a good 35 to 40 minutes long because there's so much story you want to tell there. Um, what Jacob, pull through and fight through and do it, we'll see. But I have for this match here, I have Brock Lesnar winning. I think Brock Lesnar will win this one. It'll be 1-1 between these two guys, and that's what it'll be. I'll get Final Boss's thought if she gets back once she comes back to the in the seat in the studio. But I'll move on to the main event match, which has kind of only reason why I say will be Word because we don't know what's going on with Jacob Fatu. I'm hoping to God they don't have to pivot because right now I don't care. There's nothing in the world that you're gonna, and you might hear me say this if you come to the live tomorrow, where I'm gonna say it didn't make sense. I mean, right now you have to do this match. Um, will they move away from house shows? Maybe so, because kind of technically this is costing them a little money. Because now if they got to pivot the last minute, I think this is the only time they got right to so close to the PLE where they may have to pivot them. Like I say, they've been pretty good at doing it, but trying to make that make sense is gonna be crazy. Um, I mean, you got Solo and them just dealing with R Truth, Priest, and Royce Keys, and you just turn around in that story now. Unless you're gonna have Solo and them, like I say, not Solo can't do it. Solo has done double duties before, but I just feel like it's gonna be too much for the MFT. And storyline wise, it wouldn't make sense right now to add them, um, which kind of makes me say, even if Jacob does lose, I don't know what's next for Roman. Um, I don't know if they're gonna scrap plans of what they was gonna do. I still have Roman winning. It's just now, if they pivot, I'm very interested in what's the next direction they're gonna go, especially with this injury. Is that gonna cause the story to kind of go a slight different direction? Will they make maybe one of the Usos turn just to try to get it, interested? Maybe they can do it where Jay, because Jay wasn't there and he turned, which I mean they've done that before. Um, there, I feel like this story is missing something, and I cannot put my finger on it. Yes, I know a lot of people have been complaining, man. It's the same stories. They're doing the same thing. It's a different person, which I do agree with that. It is the same story. It is the same thing. Like what he did with him and Jay Uso, but I think they have to do something where it has to feel and seem a little different. And I think Clash had to be it. Now, like I say, does the injuries maybe switch that? Maybe so. I think that this injury could switch things, but right now, I don't know what direction else you can go with this story. It hasn't picked up yet enough. I talked to Fun and Boss about this, about The Rock coming yet. It hasn't got to that climax yet. We haven't reached that cinematic um level yet. Um Even with the Jacob and Roman, it's been pretty good. I just feel like we got to, and Roman said it best. We got to move on to this next chapter, which I want to know what is the next chapter. Is the next chapter gonna make me say, man, um, where are we going? What's next? And I'm very interested in what's next. I mean, could you add someone new? Could you add an element that we're not seeing coming? And the bloodline is very good at doing that. I wouldn't be surprised we see Drew McIntyre maybe come out and attack Jacob. Not saying Drew is going to join Roman's team, but I mean, you could have that thoughts of Drew. Um, why would Drew help Roman when Roman beat him at last Clash and things like that? And Drew supposed to have this feud where he doesn't like the bloodline, he hates the bloodline, but maybe you could tell that story where he hates Jacob a little bit more. Then his hatred is more for Jacob than it is for the bloodline. You may can do that too, but I have Roman winning this match for tomorrow's PLE. Final boss.
Yo 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 yo.
Yeah, I got you back. I'm gonna go back to the last match because I know you're gonna hear it. I already did my picks, but I
Uh
was saying, what match did I leave off of? You did your
The last match that I did was the Rhea and Jade match.
okay. So did you said who you said Becky. Who you
Oh
have
no no
for
no no! I didn't do the Becky and Faruka match.
Oh, okay, so who you have for the Soruku and Becky match?
Um, I Becky, because Faruka is fucking injured. Because they were doing this weird thing where, like I said, her character, talking about Faruka, is she came in as like the hot prospect, which she is, but
Hmm.
she wasn't good enough to beat people on the main roster. Like that was her story that they were telling,
Hmm.
and they made it clear because you had Becky cut that in one of the promos against her. And then it wasn't for the title, when they had the last match, and of course she lost. Not 100% clean, but she lost. But now it's for the title, so I would think the story would have been that now it's for a title, she would win. But because of that freaking injury, it's now derailed, so she's gonna have to lose unless it's a super minor injury where it's not gonna affect the title reign. Kind of like with Stephanie Valkyrie there, when she had the foot slash ankle injury that she had. But I don't know. I feel like maybe not. Maybe they are just gonna have to pivot and kind of draw out this story longer, where she's in a losing streak where she's good but not good enough to actually win, and then she'll be the underdog. That just kind of pull it out a little longer because of the injury. So I'm gonna go with Becky on this one.
Okay. Um, I was saying that I did give my pick for over Femi and Brock Lesnar. I had Brock Lesnar winning this
Yeah.
match for the second match for the second time they face each other. Give us your thoughts about the over Femi and Brock Lesnar match, and who do you have winning for that match?
I also got Brock as well, but I'm like, then what the hell does that do for over? Unless we have that final third match between those
Hmm.
two, you
Yeah, I,
know, or pivot. It doesn't end clean. It ends with Brock losing his shit, and he gets speaking disqualified.
oh Lord, not like that Randy Orton stuff again, please, Lord.
Well, yeah, well, Brock just fucking absolutely just goes crazy because it's speaking Brock Lesnar, and he starts tearing up shit, hitting him with the steel chair, with the steel stairs, and then he just gets disqualified. And then what you have ideally is the next week is you'll have Obafemi come out, cut a promo, and said you can't beat me. You can't beat the ruler fairly. That's why I retired you at WrestleMania, and then you'll have that one last match against those two, and not going to do the Gunther rule. But I think that's where they go with it, is that they have Ron Lesnar get disqualified because he's
I
doing F5, 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 and he won't stay down. So he just loses it.
that's crazy you said that because I was saying before you left. I mean, when you left, I was saying that it was sort of the match would sort of be like you remember that John Cena and Brock Lesnar match where he was suplex when the birth of Suplex City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
But
was like,
yeah.
that's crazy that you said that because I was like, well, you were saying F5, I was saying basically suplex. he'll do them just like how he did John Cena.
Well, he don't do the specials no more. He just do F5 now, but yeah.
Yeah. But I think I was with you. You said F5, but I was like suplex. But that's crazy you said that.
Yeah.
I guess for the main event, you do know about the Jacob Fatu injury. We did talk about that earlier in the on the podcast. Who do you have winning, the OTC or the Samoan Werewolf for the main event for Tribal Combat?
Well, it would have been a little bit more, if Jacob wasn't injured. But I feel like now we're either gonna have. I think Roman's gonna win because Roman said in his promo that if he loses, then he doesn't have a place there anymore. Which I don't understand why, because he won the other match, but the argument that Jacob was saying is because you got to cheat to beat me. So I believe it's either gonna be. I believe it's gonna be. Roman's gonna win, but she'll have Jacob come close. And I believe that Roman might actually have to do something else, like to cheat again to beat him. I think that's the story.
Yeah. I can see him doing that.
Because for some reason they don't really like the idea of having interferences and inside of his matches. But wait a minute, no, it is tribal combat, so there also is a chance. I forgot about that. So you may have the Usos get involved or Solo get involved, but it could be where, because they don't want Roman to look weak and cheat again technically to win, they'll have Solo get involved and cost Jacob the match. And then that's how we get the pivot, if Jacob is really injured, the pivot to Solo and Roman because you're interfering in his business. So that's how we get there.
Oh yeah, I was thinking they would probably do it.
Nah, you want to do that? You didn't say that. I said it. I'm gonna tell my ideas, Mary. No, you didn't say that. No.
I thought they were gonna do the old school attacking from the back, and then Solo just come out and replace them. But I was like, man, that would not make sense.
They should have had The Rock come out help.
Well, I don't know. Rock ain't gonna show up in no damn headlight. That's dead.
He don't come in. It was good.
I mean, I ain't saying I'm not saying it's a bad place, but it's just, I mean, this is not, like I say, the only last week that we only got maybe 2 high caliber PLEs left, because I don't think Money Bank will be something where he show up. I think either SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Those are your last 2. If he doesn't show up,
the Survivor Series is super far out.
And then we can't forget that the WrestleMania is in Saudi. So they can wait. They can wait this all the way to the end and then announce it. Because guess what? They ain't got to worry about ticket sales this year. Next year, they don't got to worry about it. They don't got to worry about all that stuff. So I mean, they can wait it out for as long as they want to. They got the time. Time is on their side right now, and everything. But they said it's tribal rules. Anything. Then he got some slashes in there. Everything. Anything can happen. I don't know what the slashes for. They're great. But yeah. He's saying. I guess he was saying basically the rules are anything can go. Like.
They call like the Final Boss rules.
And CJ said the same thing too. He said Blake did call out. Blake Monroe did call out Rhea Ripley.
Man, she over there writing stuff in the diary. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, that's always been her gimmick. Cause she's like, she sits in front of the mirror.
Why they kill my girl, man? Oh my god.
Well, that's always been her. That's always been her gimmick.
Yeah, but it's not, man. It ain't working, man. This is not it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's always been her gimmick. Yeah, that's been.
I know. It wasn't working then. It ain't working now. Since she came over to WWE.
I think once she goes with Chelsea, and Tiffany, I think the gimmick is going to change. That's
Well,
why.
that's not good because Chelsea is a freaking comedy gimmick.
Well, lately,
So
I
Great
would
Man
say.
Rose, you're giving it as a comedy gimmick?
Well, I don't think. I don't think. Well, lately, Chelsea has not been really
And now
comedy.
Tiffany gonna be a comedy gimmick?
No, because they haven't been putting off that lately. Like I said, they've been putting off as
No.
serious, but it's been coming off as like um almost
No, that's not true. Because yesterday she was over there kikiing or trying to kiki backstage with Tiffany said we got the same outfits on. Tiffany's like, no we don't. Like it's not that serious. Like no.
yeah,
So she still is a comedy gimmick.
yeah. 'Cause
Comedy gimmick.
that's why I say I think both Blake and Chelsea is going to be a more serious gimmick by joining Tiffany. I just think I don't even
I don't know about that. I think they gonna have to be a comedy gimmick. How comedy group now? I hope you know that.
well, it wouldn't do them no justice because you got all these other
Oh, they don't give. Oh, they don't give a. Oh, they don't give a shit. They gonna have all this comedy gimmick. It be the Her Story Part 2.
Oh Lord, I don't know.
Cause remember the whole service comedy gimmick. Remember Chelsea was through the damn United States Championship, that damn comedy gimmick. So they're gonna still, even though Tiffany got a title, that turns into a comedy gimmick.
See, it looks like
It might even.
looks like Tiffany Chelsea running the same story as they did with. Oh yeah. Fun Ball said that too with Charlotte.
Earlier. Yeah, with Alexa, where they're not friends, just they are, which is really a goddamn Team Hell No gimmick, asshole.
Well,
Yes. No. Hug it up. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
well, okay. But do you consider Team Hell No a comedy gimmick or because it
Oh,
got
yeah, that was a comedy gimmick. That was a comedy gimmick.
well, that was probably one of their biggest goddamn successful comedy gimmicks to this day.
Yeah, it was a comedy gimmick. Remember, it was a therapy and all that shit. It was a comedy gimmick. It was a comedy gimmick, though.
But it got over then. It got over. It was an over gimmick. I'm not gonna lie. That was probably one of they
Yeah, the comedy gimmick.
gimmicks back then. I love
Yeah,
the part when they went to go visit the psychiatrist and they was like hug each other. That was
Yeah. Hug it out. Hug it, yeah. Yes. No. Yes. No. It's a comedy gimmick.
yeah, we haven't got something that good in a while, man. It'll be hard for them to do something like that because I mean Daniel Bryan and Kane was maybe two people you would never think they'd team up. Like, okay, it's probably
Yeah. Yeah. But that was back during the era where they had freaking teams like Rated RKO and shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we'll see what they're gonna do with Chelsea and Tiffany.
I would say, well, no, they had one good team you would never thought was good, and that was who? Goddamn Randy Orton and Matt Riddle.
Well, that was yeah, that was a little later.
It was not. Yeah, it was more of a babyface-ish Randy Orton. And Randy Orton was also known to be a really good heel, and him to be with someone like Matt Riddle, guy taking off his shoes and being on high up saying bro, was actually a weird team. It was that old school breaking team again. Got over.
Yeah.
So that's a good example of a modern day, with all the track type of style. So
I can't, like I say, I mean, you got any thoughts about who this Dan Houser person gonna be before we get out of here? Who Dan Houser?
Oh yeah. First of all, like no one cares. Number one, because we don't tired of him about the shop if he was still doing that. But they said Enzo's on the way back to like NXT.
Him, Big Cass, and they say your boy Baron Corbin.
Oh, gee, they gonna put Barry Corbin with Dan Housen? Oh my fucking god.
I mean, I guess because
Man.
I would see Big Cass going with a woman
Well,
down there in
well,
the
wait a
city.
minute. If Kid Wilson's partner, is it clear? Maybe it's him?
Who?
Kid Wilson's partner.
No. He got that same neck injury like Big E and them had. So
Oh, so he gone?
I wouldn't say he's gone, but I think he had like a neck injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, gee.
So it'll be a while before he comes back. Look, you see how long? Look how long KO ain't even been back. I don't even know if we don't even know is he coming back. That's another person.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
That's who's down the him, Randy. They need some people, man. Quick.
Hey. But yeah, I don't know about that box. I don't think nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean,
because you know why we would let down so many goddamn times. They don't fuck that.
Yeah. You look at the box. They did the box.
Yeah.
It's always and when y'all gotta at least get WWE. You gotta get it right at least once. Come on, you don't had too many times that this. Look, we didn't even find out the mystery man on the phone was fucking Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
That was the worst one y'all did.
Yeah, and then remember the masked man was random motherfuckers. So there's that.
Yeah, that too.
Thank God they just dropped that.
Yeah. Thank God they listened to us and saying please, because it was not going nowhere. Shouts out to everyone coming by, Greg and CJ for stopping by. Give y'all thoughts of the show. Shouts out to everyone who came by. If you're listening to us on the DWE TV page or the Talk It Up on YouTube page, that's Talk It Up Podcast on YouTube. That's DWE TV on X, DWE TV on Twitch, DWE Radio on Twitch. And also, you can follow me, Miami the Great 305 on X. And also follow my co-hosts that always be here with me. And I'm very thankful and blessed for that. That's here with me on DW Radio. That's Final Boss Baby CFO. That's 2 B's, 1 Y, CFO on X all together. Please give us a follow. Yeah, that's you. Give everyone a follow on the DWE team. From I'm going to go to the OGs and start with the newer people. I'm going to go with the CJ EVP. Join him on the EVP show. After the Slam podcast, join him on his show. And then we go to Greg and Kyle for the rundown on Mondays. Now, make sure y'all do stop by the rundown. The rundown will be in a special time for this month coming up because the rundown is early. But on the 19th, there will be a special person that will be taking Greg's spot. So you guys got
we're doing the Dan Houser, the mystery person in the box.
Yeah, we're gonna do the person in the box for the 19th. So y'all gotta wait all the way to the 19th. No, but can't wait for that. Because Greg has to go out of town, so it will have someone taking the spot. But please join them at 1.
Dan Houser.
Oh Lord, I wish it would. Join them at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be for 1 hour before the Raw comes on at 2:00 p.m. because Raw is going to be 2:00 every Monday next month.
Yeah, because I won't be seeing that. I'll be at work.
Yeah. But shouts out them and special shouts out to Reggie. He will be producing that show because I will also be working too. So I don't think I'm.
People doing stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah. So Reggie will be helping them out, putting up the card, doing the intro for those guys. So shouts out to him. I've been kind of putting him under that apprentice role. Kind of putting him under that. Yeah, he's taking my spot as being the producer because I don't want the show to follow me. He's sort of my
Oh.
yeah. I'm tired of it, man. Look, y'all keep blame me. Somebody got to go down.
Hey, the rundown. And like I said, I'm gonna say it on this here radio, cause y'all don't know. Hey, the
Okay.
rundown, is one of our flagship productions. So I just hope y'all know that. Thanks.
Okay.
It is. Um. Hey,
Why?
but hey, you can like it, you can love it, not like it, you gonna respect it, cause that's the truth. The numbers don't lie. So,
Why is it the Flash show?
well, cause the numbers don't lie. Well, what you mean?
Yeah, we had 363 people. That mean we the Flash show too.
Well, to be honest, I mean, well, hold on now. Well, for us, that is because we on for a long time. The rundown
Oh my
for
God!
hours.
You know what? So
Only for hours.
now it's because we on for a long time. You know what?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,
I
you gotta give credit where credit is due, man. Hey, aren't you a Rollins fan? Cause I'm pretty sure Dan Rock gave Roman his flowers a whole bunch of freaking times,
yeah,
boys.
yeah. Shouts out to all our new people that came to the family. Like I say, I just announced the OGs of the DWE, so I'm going to announce our new people that will be that you can go check out on DWTV. If you do see that live on that page, it's also going to be Smoke Session Podcast. You can go check them out. And go check out Sports Jedi, who's now with us on DWE TV. Shouts out to everyone who's joined us, Funnyballs. This family has really grown. Like I say, from Cal, Greg, CJ, After Slam, me, you, Greg, Reggie, Smoke Session, and Sports Jedi now are all the family of DWE. So, and we always are looking for people to continue to grow this family.
We're just a DM away.
Yeah,
You know.
so hey man, and we'll welcome you aboard and join you to the family, man. That's what we're here to do. I said it before the beginning of the year, and we've been keep going strong, man, and we're going to continue to keep this train going, man. Other than that, guys, we will see you guys next Saturday. Please join us tomorrow. Well, join us
God damn.
tomorrow for the reaction. That was a pothole. Final Boss said she loves some pothole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please, nobody get nervous because trust me, she.
And I'm over here driving. I want to go at 10 miles. Hope you know that. I want 10 miles an hour, and I was still for the shit.
Yeah, like I said, well, join me. Please join me tomorrow. I will be doing a reaction for Clash. Um, once you're done with this, like I say, go follow everyone. Go back if you want to rewatch this.
You doing a reaction, or are you doing a watch party?
Well, watch party. Watch our reaction. All the same to me.
I think you mean after that. Oh, okay.
No, I will be reacting to the damn show, so hey, I will be doing that.
Okay. Stop playing with man.
Well, I will be doing reactions though for real on the show coming soon. I will be reacting to the last Avatar, the last Airbender for Netflix.
Oh, the last Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like the Airbender shit?
Yeah. I love that shit.
My God! I never was a fan of the last Airbender. Hope you know that.
I love that.
I never was a fan of the Avatar. I mean, yeah, the little symbol on his head was cool, but it was simple. But
it's season 2. I would like to do a reaction. I love season 1. They did a great job with season 1. I will be doing a reaction to X-Men 96 season 2. Y'all know I'm a big Marvel fan. I love Marvel. So if you want to know anything about comic books or Marvel, I am your guy. Trust me, I will talk to you about that day in and day out. We will also trade notes. So you never know. So that I couldn't think about the other show until I thought about it. So those will be the 2 new shows that I will be doing. And also join me for Inside the NFL Mind in Miami. 2 Thursdays for that. Fun Boss loves coming in up here saying football and sports.
Football.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, we will catch you guys
radio.
that will
Radio.
Saturday.
Radio.
Radio. Thank
Radio.
y'all.
Radio.
Episode 1.
Radio.
Go back, listen to this on Spotify.
Radio.
Peace,
Radio.
love,
Radio.
Radio. We